The usual high banks of Bristol will look a little different tonight. The last great Coliseum has undergone a makeover, doused in 23,000 cubic yards of local red clay and laser scanned into the iRacing.com Motorsports Simulator. Thunder Valley, albeit covered in dirt, is host to the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman trucks for round 7 of 22 on their already hectic season. 6 winners in as many races, and we could potentially see a 7th in a dirt slinging fun fest tonight. A lot of action is to come, and it'll be at none other than PitStop TV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the virtual Bristol, Tennessee. Devin Zimmerman joins me on the call tonight, and Vincent Cortez is on our social media coverage this evening. And Devin, we're slinging a little mud tonight. 150 laps on the high banked clay surface. What's on your mind as we prepare to embark on this event?
Oh, this track is fun, even when it's in the asphalt, but now this on dirt, oh my goodness, it's going to be a joy to watch. The real life event was amazing, so I can only imagine what these guys are going to pull out tonight in the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman Truck Series. So we got the track map on the screen, 0.533 mile oval, high banks, 26 degrees on the bottom, 30 degrees in the up against the wall, and both 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 6 degrees to 10 degrees on these straightaways. It is Bristol. It is short. It is the same thing in dirt as it is on asphalt. The tempers will be flaring. We saw that in real life. We can see that again more than likely as these guys are going to take to this dirt Coliseum. It is going to be a fun ride. Another difficult task for these drivers is going to be pit road. The pit road entry is off of 2 under yellow flag. It's going to be 1 single pit road. But when it's in green flag conditions, it's going to be 2 pit roads. So you have to know where you're pitting if it's under green flag conditions, so you don't have to go all the way around and lose all of that time. It is going to be a fun time tonight. I cannot wait to see what these guys do. As far as the track goes, we did get word that the track, the surface is going to carry over from practice to qualifying to the race. So it's going to get really slick really quickly tonight. These guys are really going to have a handful in trying to keep these trucks, keep a handle of these trucks in the turns. We can already see that there's some grooves forming in the entries to the turns in both 1 and 3. So for qualifying, you want to enter and keep the truck as low as possible and as straight as possible. But during the race, we're going to see these guys maximize that high line so they can keep the speed up, keep the truck under control. That's going to be the fastest way around. It's going to be really hard to get passes done if that is the case. But it's going to be a very, very interesting race tonight, Emerson, and I am looking forward to watching.
Absolutely. 150 laps. It should be clicking off pretty quick if it stays green. Now, we've ran a dirt race before with the Outlaws Sim Series. It was the All-Star race last season at Eldora. This was in the Xfinity cars. The series was fixed setup, but for the All-Star race, it was set to open setup because, one, iRacing had not implemented the dirt tire yet for the stock car vehicles, and second, there was no dirt setup that would pass. So Adam really left it, because it's an all-star race and exhibition event, left it up to the drivers to see who can set their car up the best for that race, and it was a phenomenal race. We saw Eric Peck and Doug Solms race their way into the show. We saw Kyle Lingerfeld and Andrew Pratt absolutely tear it up all race long and provided us with some of the best racing action in the league's history. It was absolutely a blast to cover last season's All-Star race. Matthew Setzer ended up winning that after the 2 leaders got into it, and there was a wreck happening as a result. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight, but a lot of action is to be looked at coming into today's race. And so far this season, we can already kind of set the stage for you, and we can look at the points. Of course, Greg Holt, the point leader with last week's win at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 327 points is his point total after 6 races. He holds a 56-point lead over Jeremiah Stutzman, who won the Homestead race. Joseph Kazi winning at Phoenix, 2 points behind Jeremiah Stutzman. That could easily flop to one driver's preference, or one driver's side with tonight's race. We'll see how that goes. Then a little ways back, Brad Bothwell with his 4 consecutive pole streak ending last week at Las Vegas. Being taken away there by Joe Weaver, who got pole at Las Vegas. Brad Bothwell 103 points back, a point later Greg Holt, but only 6 points over Seth Fitzpatrick, who had a rough day last week at Las Vegas. Tyler Markle there, 6th in the points, 9 points back of Bothwell. Seth Berger there, the winner at Rockingham. He is 11 points back of Bothwell. And then Kevin Thompson there, 14 points back of Bothwell there in 8th. A great start to the season for Kevin Thompson. Can't wait to see him try to keep it up. He was one of the drivers who was up in the top 3 a lot of the race in the All-Star race. Jason Miz, a Daytona winner there in 9th, 129 back, a point leader Greg Holt. And James Gilliard in 10th, 1 point behind Jason Miz. But Devin, the second page of the points. This is where it's really going to get shaken up here. We got a couple dirt specialists on this side of the page, a couple people who ran really good at the All-Star race. And then all of a sudden, not only to add to that, this is absolutely a wild card. We don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly right. We got Devin Smith here, who is actually up in 2nd place right now in practice charts. He's in 11th, 132 points back from our leader, Greg Holt, but he's looking to have a strong finish, as well as Kyle Lingerfeld and Joshua Fox. So both of them are sitting 144 points back on the bubble right now for the playoffs. Both of them, Kyle Lingerfeld, we know, is a dirt specialist. He's going to be trying to get it done tonight and move up and get out of that tie on the bubble, clear himself a little bit. Then we have John Mickey, 3 points back in that 14th spot. And then Farron Elam Jr. is in 15th. He's going to be 4 points back from that playoff spot. Then we have Andrew Pratt. One you were talking about was battling for the lead with Lingerfeld. I mean, this guy's going to be trying to get into the playoffs here and have a good finish tonight. Kind of been hanging around mid-pack most of the races this season, but tonight's going to be hopefully his night to shine. He is sitting 14 points back currently. Then we have Matthew Setzer. He is 17 points back. He's going to be trying to fight his way up to the front as well. He won the dirt track all-star events, like you said, so going to be looking to move forward. Max Service, who missed a couple of races, he's finally getting back in the picture, up to 18th position. He is 20 points back from the playoff picture. Then in 19th, Brandon Richardson. He is 36 points back. Kind of a jump there as we get into 19th. He's going to be hoping to have a good race, maybe take advantage of some misfortunes tonight, along with Eric Beck in that 20th position. He is 39 points back from the playoffs at this current time. A lot of ground to be made. A lot of guys who are right on that bubble trying to make that ground. It's going to get very hectic, very quick back here in the second half of the top 20.
Absolutely. And one thing is for sure, when you get to dirt racing, it's all about how used up the track is. So for that reason alone, I'm going to kind of take the practice times you currently have and kind of throw them out the window, because it doesn't really matter, I guess, how good of a driver you are. If the track is used up, you're not going to set a lap time like a fast driver or even a half decent driver would on a fresh track. So for that reason alone, practice charts, they look promising, but they don't tell the whole story. So we're going to have to wait and see when qualifying comes around to see who really can be the favorite for tonight's race. Of course, Lingerfeld, with his real life dirt experience and very, very fast in the All-Star race last season, is a good pick. But again, we have to wait for qualifying to really tell the whole story. But this is the story of the season, of course, what you saw on your screen. And it looks to change after one more week tonight here at Bristol Dirt. A wild, wild race on the docket for tonight. And what's coming up, of course, we already had the season to start with Daytona, Rockingham, Homestead Auto Club, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Bristol Dirt. Kind of a gauntlet of races. We had a West Coast swing, a super speedway, couple short tracks, a lot of variety in this part of the schedule, but we're not done yet. After Bristol Dirt tonight, we leave and we go to the Paperclip at Martinsville, the Roadie at Watkins Glen, the Magic Mile at New Hampshire, and the Tricky Triangle at Pocono. Devin, this schedule has me all sorts of hyped up for not only tonight, because it could mean so much as we head into a very diverse schedule on the upcoming, but at the same time, just so much going on, and the selection of tracks, I think, is a brilliant selection of tracks.
Yeah, it is, and you don't get a chance to have a break. I mean, at the 12th race, right after the Tricky Triangle, the 2-mile Tricky Triangle at Pocono, we go to the Monster Mile at Dover. Then we go to a 1.5 miles at Charlotte. Then we go to Gateway. I think Gateway is just under a mile or just over a mile. But still, Gateway is going to be an interesting race because that's only 2 races from the playoffs. Then we go to a short track, the 7/8 mile at Iowa, and that's the end of the regular season. Then we kind of get the first couple of races here in the playoffs are the mile and a half, kind of the, standard of NASCAR racing. Kansas, Kentucky, Texas. They're all driven slightly different from each other, but they are all mile and a half, so you can really get into a rhythm there. Then we head to the Charlotte Roval. We start picking the intensity back up as we get towards the end and towards the crowning our season 2 champion. We have the Roval, then we go to the Super Speedway at Talladega, then we're back here at Bristol, but that time we are on the asphalt. And again, if you think tempers are going to flare tonight, tempers will definitely be flaring that night, because that will decide our championship as we head to the Atlanta Motor Speedway in the old configuration. The new configuration should not be up by that time, but the old configuration is still on iRacing. We will be there to close it all out and crown our champion.
Absolutely. You mentioned tempers are going to flare a lot of tracks this season. Tonight at Bristol Dirt. Also, tempers could end up flaring at tonight's other event. Of course, Devin Zimmerman, Vincent Cortez, and I are working very hard to cover the Outlaws Sim Series here at Bristol Dirt. But at the same time, Andrew Cardinale IV, Eric Brennan, and Trey Shuttlesworth are bringing you the coverage from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway, living in its past form on iRacing, hosting the Cars Esport Tour, round number 2 of 6 on their season. Again, they're running every other week or every few weeks, dependent on how the schedule lays. And tonight, Myrtle Beach, our own Joshua Balliet here at the Outlaw Sim Series made it into the feature race, and he ended up starting 18th. Haven't quite been able to keep track of where he's been since, but a lot looking forward for Joshua Balliet. And of course, that's just such a great group of short track racers, such a very talented batch of short track racers from real life and high I ratings. The Cars Esports Tour is where it's at if you want to see some paved short track racing. But tonight here with the Outlaw Sim Series, once again, we're taking trucks, dirt track, and it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Can't wait to get to it. We're going to step aside real quick. On the far side, we'll continue with pre-race coverage, with pre-race interviews, and more from the Bristol Motor Speedway, covered in clay.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Again, covered in 23,000 cubic yards of local red clay. We're going dirt tracking tonight with these Outlaws Sim Series gunman trucks. But before we get too far into it, of course, we got to shout out all the partners who make things go around here at PitStop TV. And, of course, our partners like those of Tucson Sound Art, your picture, your music. You provide the image that you want, and we will custom create a beautifully framed, high-quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. With Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional info. Use promo code PitStopTV at checkout and receive 10% off of your purchase. Ever wish you could have a race engineer on speed dial? Well, now you can, thanks to RacePace, a driver development service and setup shop all in one. Work with Tyler, a real-world race engineer, to step up your game before your next race. Pick up pace with RacePace. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy. With locations in Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, and Saco, Maine, Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine owner Ashley Bollier is a certified micropigmentation specialist who provides professional, safe, and personalized services. Contact Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine at permanentmakeupinmaine.com. You can call or text them at 207-358-8683. Whiplash Media specializes in various sim racing resources, including paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing camera packs, and more. The official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV, and you can grab your iBroadcast cameras today at www.pitstoptv.com. And of course, a huge shout out to our friends at BAM Racing Videos, by a race fan for the racing community. And Devin, we're now into practice here, coming into the closing stages of practice. And as we look forward into this race, I think, again, a great mark would be to look back at the All-Star race of last season. One of the drivers who was up front contending with Kyle Lingerfeld a lot of that All-Star race was driver number 75, Andrew Pratt.
That's right. We're going to try and get him up in the booth here. Andrew Pratt, this is Devin in the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, Devin. How are you?
Hey, man, doing really good. So we're kind of in your element tonight. Kind of tell us how you're feeling coming into this one and only dirt event of the season.
Well, I'll be lying if I said I wasn't surprised to be where we were speed-wise. But when we were at Eldora last time, we had a pretty good race going that night too. So hopefully we can repeat that with a better finish.
Yeah, I mean, a great finish here would really do well for your playoff chances. Right, sitting really close to the bubble. You've kind of been mired in the mid-pack just a bit this season, and a dirt track event like this, where you did have success last season in the All-Star race. I mean, that's got to do wonders, for kind of boosting the confidence going forward. So, kind of tell us how you're feeling, not only about tonight, but like moving forward for the tracks to come to get yourself into the playoffs.
Pretty positive. Last week, we just had bad luck right off the start. Someone got loose, 2 trucks in front, and Max ended up getting into him, and I kind of went high to avoid, but ended up getting in the back of Max and never got a caution to be able to fix that damage, so ended up blowing our motor. So that was a tough break for us, but got some good tracks coming up. Really looking forward to the road courses, and we were really good in Martinsville the last time we were there. So, all in all, we got some good tracks coming up.
Oh, that's good to hear, and I'm glad that you're ready for everything that's coming up. It's a really, really tight playoff picture, like I said before, and we've mentioned it in most of the broadcasts. There's such a good high level of competitive drivers in the series. Kind of give us your take so far of how it's been this season as opposed to last season. With the new additions and also with the open setup as opposed to the fixed setup.
I really love the whole element that having the open setup and just being able to tune the truck to what, like, I guess I had never really felt what a good feeling truck was until you're able to really get it how you want it, and the ability to get it on the right rear and off of the right front is huge. And I'd say we're better than where we're mired. I know that. So we're just looking for some better luck and a few races, and we can be back up a handful of spots in the points. So and we can't rule out a win.
Yeah, of course not. And we really would like to see you get up there, especially tonight. So good luck. And before we let you go, I'll let you shout out whoever you got to shout out. Thank whoever you have to thank. So the floor is yours. Take it away.
I'd like to shout out to my mom and dad and my little nephew Crosby. I'm pretty sure they're all watching tonight. And hopefully we put on a good show for everyone and all the Outlaw fans watching. Wish us luck.
All right, well, we appreciate it, Andrew. We'll get you back down to your team, Twisted Axle Racing. And good luck tonight. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again later.
Yeah, thank you.
So the driver I want to talk to was the other driver on the other side of that amazing battle back in last season's All-Star race, of course, in the Xfinity cars, but it was also open setup at Eldora, Kyle Lingerfeld. And Kyle, I know that one stung because it was such a hard-fought race, and then it was a great race between you and Andrew as well. But what is it? I guess what has it done to your mindset coming into a race like tonight? Now, I guess this is a points race. The last season that was an exhibition, but when you think back to that race, what does it put on your mind coming into tonight?
Just simply got to be better on the longer run. I've learned quite a bit since that last race about these types of cars and racing on dirt, and quite a few tricks racing here at Bristol. Hopefully we can keep that short run speed and the long run speed and get it done tonight.
Absolutely. And I guess another thing would be, we know you're a real life racer on dirt. When it comes to this kind of race here in the Outlaws Sim Series at Bristol Dirt, even though it's something, of course, Bristol Dirt in its own is very unique, and this specific challenge is something that you may have not necessarily tackled before. What gives you more confidence heading into an event like this? Your real life experience on dirt, or maybe like an event like last season's All-Star?
I would say real life has a lot to do with it, honestly. I watch easily 30 to 40 dirt races in real life every year. So seeing that yearly for the last 26 years of my life, I've learned quite a few things about dirt tracks and how to drive on them and what to do for setup as well. But the iRacing driving style is quite different than real life. So you have to learn iRacing's way of dirt racing. So it kind of tugs back and forth, but you can get the hang of it.
So the track very slicked up, and it's gonna carry over from qualifying and from practice into qualifying and into the race. What is left of this track, and where can we see the 65 truck running?
There's not much left of this track, which is awesome. I preferred running on a slick track the whole time. It's basically what I've practiced on the last 3 weeks. So I'm pretty ready for it. This is the kind of racing I wanted. That top groove still has just a little bit of bite left up there. But that bottom groove is probably going to catch me most of the night.
Fair enough. Well, we will leave you to it. And again, a heavy favorite in tonight's race. Best luck to you in tonight's event. But before we let you go, we got to give you the floor to shout out whoever you got to shout out. Thank you, whoever got to thank for putting you in a position to go out there and go succeed tonight.
Sure. Well, thank you guys for putting on the show, and thank you, Adam, for hosting the league. Got to thank everyone watching, like my sister and my grandmother. Got to thank Reaper Speed Lab, Raging Cajun Graphics for this awesome Hidden Valley Ranch truck I'm sporting tonight. Also got to thank SBR Motorsports as well, as I've become a part of their team in the past couple of weeks as well. And go DHR, not just me. I hope one of us wins.
Right on. Looks like a lot of support with that team as well. We're going to leave you to and get you back to your team. And we're going to be interviewing your teammate who actually did end up winning the All-Star race last season. But anyway, best luck to you, Kyle. And hopefully we're talking to you on the far side.
Yes, thank you. Hopefully we can talk again.
Yes, sir. And again, that was driver of the number 65, Kyle Lingerfeld, probably the odds-on favorite for most drivers in tonight's race. And Devin, I'm going to give you now the driver who won last year's All-Star race at Eldora by virtue of maybe a couple drivers getting an EOL at the end, but nonetheless, you have to be in a position to capitalize. But we're going to send you over with Matthew Setzer.
Hey, Matthew Setzer, it's Devin Zimmerman in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going, man? We're going to get you quickly here. I know qualifying's about to start, but just give us how you're feeling tonight, how the truck's feeling. How's the track feeling?
Track feels great. It's getting a little slick out there, but I think it's perfect right now. Got a fast truck. Can't wait to see what it does tonight.
Awesome. That's good to hear. I know we were just talking to your teammate Lingerfeld there, and he's kind of the odd-on favorite, but I mean, you stole the win at the All-Star race from him. Kind of give us, are you trying to pull that again, or are you maybe going to be up there challenging a bit with your teammate?
I will be challenging him because all through practice, me and him have been back and forth of being who's first and who's second.
That's what we like to hear. It's great to see that there's going to be some competition at every track we go to. Competition in this league is amazing right now. And you're kind of sitting there on the playoff bubble, kind of real quick before qualifying. Kind of give us how you're feeling right now as you are right there on the bubble. But this is a track that you can really start to maybe form a gap a little bit and get yourself a little more safe.
I feel like tonight is my ticket of getting in if I win. My short track program is very good, so I'm hoping when I get into the short tracks more, I'll start showing better results than what I've been. Mile and a half, I got to work on it and figure those tracks out.
Well, we are starting to get into those short tracks, and we wish you luck. We'll let you get into the qualifying here. Real quick, though, you can thank whoever you want to thank. Shout out whoever you want to shout out, so the floor is yours.
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Sidetrack Hobby Styles. Also, Bristol RC Speedway that I run. And it's going to be a fun night. A lot of dirt experience on my RC side is in this setup, so we'll see what happens.
That's awesome to hear. We'll put you back. Good luck on qualifying. Hopefully we will be talking to you later.
All right, thank you.
Again, driver of the number 5, Matthew Setzer, won last year's All-Star race, $80 richer as a result of that victory last season. Devin Smith has put it on the pole right off the bat, but he's had to contend against Greg Holt and Brandon Richardson. And remember, Greg Holt, when we interviewed him last week at Las Vegas, he was not fond about this dirt racing thing right now. Oh, and Devin Smith eats a barrier out of turn 2. Now, that was on his 3rd lap, so he got some valid laps in. But a lot to go here, and how about it? Let's ride on board with the driver we're all kind of looking at. Driver of number 65, Kyle Lingerfeld.
Yeah, you see Lingerfeld's going to put it on the bottom. I mean, that's the fastest way around here, but it's so slick right now. You've got to really baby it through the turns. One thing we didn't mention, Emerson, we'll mention it a little bit in the race, the guys are going to try and make it on 1 tank of fuel tonight. Maybe 1 set of tires as well. But, yeah, for that to really work, I mean, you do want to be up towards the front. You want to have a good qualifying, and Lingerfeld is definitely going to be trying to put it on pole here.
Well, here's the hard part. You got to set a valid lap time for it to count. He's got to keep it out of the wall, and with the track being very slick, that is oh so difficult to do and keep some speed up. But to the line, here comes Lingerfeld. This first time we'll put it. It's 3rd quickest. This is his 3rd and final lap now. Lingerfeld's got to get it all he can out of this lap.
Yeah, you see him crank that wheel back to the right. The back end wanting to step out like it always does in dirt. That's how you know you're getting the most speed out of the truck.
We'll go 2nd quickest in the 65.
not bad to start on the outside. So I'm sure he would like to be on pole, but I'm sure he'll take it, you know, on the front row. But he's going to have to contend with his teammate who's yet to set a time, or no, sorry, sets or has set a time. But he's a little further back than I think he wanted to be. But still, there's some other drivers here who were pretty quick in practice, who could knock him off. So we'll see.
Like Joshua Lane Fox, who goes 4th quickest. He'll be able to put it right in between his teammates there. Actually, that outside lane looks like a whole bunch of Dark Horse Racing trucks with Lingerfeld and Fox, Markle, and Setzer right now. Those 5, and Richardson. Those guys all in all teammates down there at Dark Horse Racing.
Yeah, Dark Horse Racing kind of showing they're not really dark horses on the short tracks or on the dirt. It seems they're really standing out tonight. It's good to see that these guys are really, you know, putting it out there. But
here we're on board with Joshua McClune as he comes across the line to set his first valid lap of the session. He'll put it in the barrier right afterwards. Right now, McClune will put it 9th out of 12 drivers. Okay, to watch McClune try to work his way around. Another driver we're looking at. Tries to keep out that barrier. He's trying to get all that speed out outside. You heard Lingerfeld talk about there's a little bit of bite left up there, but he's going to mainly be on the bottom trying to control it to the slick, and now McClune goes to the bottom for his lap, and he will loop it around. We're going to catch up here with Kevin Thompson, one of the fast drivers in last season's All-Star race. Was on the top 3 a lot of the race. He'll put it in the barrier, lap 1.
yeah, that's the problem with running up on the top. That cushion is all just about gone. So it's going to be a real slick track. You want to try and keep it now as low as you can and as straight as you can. On the bottom, it seems that Highline's kind of gone away, and once it does go away completely, then it's pretty much gone. You're just going to have to kind of stick in the middle to the bottom of the track, which will make for some very interesting racing. But for qualifying, it's not fun at all.
Oh, it'll put it back in the wall. So he's got one last lap to do it. And he's going to eat the wall out of the corner again. He's going to have to try to get what he can out of this 89 truck, but it's not going to be a good start, and he will loop it around. So Kevin Thompson will not set a valid lap time in this qualifying attempt.
Yeah, and that's one of the things risks you running that top side. I mean, like I said, the cushion's all about gone, so you got to be right on the wall for the most part, and any misstep, you're going to tap it. I mean, that back end sliding around, I mean, that's almost a given to you know, collect the wall right now on the outside.
Brad Bothwell loops it in turn number 1 in his bright green number 31 machine. He still has a few laps to go at it. We will wait and see. He's going to go at it again, but we'll catch up with Jeremiah Stutzman, who puts it in the barrier as we switch to him.
Yeah, see, he's another one that's running up by the wall, trying to use whatever grip is left up there. He hits the wall again right there at the line, so I'm not sure this lap will count either.
He's going to try. He's on his first lap still. We'll see what he can do in the next 2 laps. Stutzman keeping it right up that outside, but not in the barrier. Oh, he'll catch the wall there, but he'll put it 11th quickest. We'll catch up with our Canadian here, Max Service.
Yeah, so I guess that touch of the wall was soft enough to where iRacing did not register, so that's good. He gets to set a lap time. Service on the board in 10th at the moment. He's running that high line as well. Seems like only trucks who were kind of running the inside line were the guys who were kind of up in like the top 6 probably. I think Holt tried to get down there, but I think his fastest time was actually up on the top as well. Service, oh, he's going to loop it almost coming into 3 and 4, I believe that is, coming to the line. Or no, that's off of 2, my bad. But, man, that destroys that lap. He's going to have to try again on the next one.
And he might be all out of attempts, so you will have to see if he comes around to the line. And Brad Bothwell sliding through 3 and 4, and he's going to go around into the pit lane.
I mean, this might be a precursor for what we see in the race, Emerson. These guys spinning around. The track is so slick right now. You got to be so careful on the throttle. And then, I mean, you just get happy, you know, you want to make the pass. You want to pick up the throttle as early as you can, trying to push it every single lap. And, you know, you push it just a little bit over the edge and it's going to bite you. And, oh, man, it's catching a lot of guys out right now.
Absolutely. Well, with 2 minutes left in qualifying, everybody still has a shot to go at it for pole. We saw Matt Rogers, Randall Barnett, James Gilliard, Eric Peck, Doug Solm, Seth Fitzpatrick, Cody Vreeland, Jeremy C. Poole, and Daniel Park to set times. Now, Devin, we're expecting this to be kind of a wild and wacky race, but maybe what are some of the perks if you start from the back of the field?
If you start from the back of the field, you can kind of see what everybody's doing, what lines everybody's running, how everyone is going to run this race, maybe lay off just a little bit to avoid some crashes. However, on dirt, even less so than on asphalt, it is really hard to avoid wrecks. So, I mean, I don't know if there really is a benefit starting in the back just because of that aspect of it. But the fact that you get to see where lines are, where everybody's running, how they're running, that can kind of get you into a groove as we start to pick up green flag runs. If we do pick up green flag runs, it could very well be a caution fest tonight. We don't hope so, and none of the Outlaws Sim Series races have been this season. We've had some cautions, but they haven't been caution fests. So, we'll be hoping for that again. It's just some very, very good short track racing, but it's going to be very interesting to see for sure. Oh, hitting the wall again there. But, I just don't see a benefit of starting the back and not trying to at least put it up into, give it a shot to put it up, somewhere towards the front. So if that's just me personally, I mean, these drivers may have a strategy they're going to work here. So we'll have to see.
Well, Jeremy C. Poole will pull it into the pit lane, and that's going to do it. He will not have a chance to make it back around to the start-finish line. So Devin, that's effectively going to end our qualifying session here. Devin Smith, fastest driver.
That's right. Devin Smith will take home his first pole of the season. He is this week's winner of the Pratt Tile and Stone Award. Pratt Tile and Stone serving Central Vermont since 2005. Congratulations to Devin Smith. He's going to lead him to green at our one and only dirt track event of the season. I am sure he is thrilled, and it's going to be interesting, and he gets to lead this pack into the craziness that is in front of us.
Speaking of craziness, let's see how they all shake up as we get ready to embark on 150 laps of dirt track racing with these NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series vehicles. And it's the sun is setting, the track is slick. Here's how they'll line up. Row number 1, it'll be Devin Smith, and to his outside will be the 65 Cal Lingerfeld. Row number 2, it'll be the 66 of Joshua Fox and the 88 of Joseph Causey. Row number 3, it'll be the 98 of Farron Elam Jr. and the 42 of Tyler Markle. Row number 4, Greg Holt and Matthew Setzer, last season's All-Star Race winner. Matthew Setzer looks to make up a lot of ground from the 8th position. And in row number 5, Joshua McClune and Max Service, inverse of the numbers.
That's right. And then we take row number 6 is going to be Jesse Adams on the inside. His outside will be Jeremiah Stutzman in the 71 machine. Then the next row, we will have Andrew Pratt. Oh, what a bad qualifying run he had. I'm sure he would like to be way up closer to the front. He's going to have some work to do starting 13th. 14th on his outside, Brandon Richardson in the 29. Then we have Doug Solms in the 67, and outside of him, Kevin Thompson in the 89. 17th will be Brad Bothwell, his worst qualifying position of the season. Granted, this is a little bit of a different track. And on his outside, Cody Vreeland. Seth Fitzpatrick will take that 2 machine in the 19th spot, and then James Gilliard will start his 33 machine in 20th.
Again, one of the few times you're going to see James Gilliard on dirt. He was not able to contend or even try to compete for the last season's All-Star race because he was unfortunately injured at that time. Back to row number 11. It'll be Daniel Park and Randall Barnett, drivers who did not elect to take times. Matt Rogers and Eric Peck as well. And at the back of the field, it'll be the 32 Jeremy C. Poole. And now, the field of 25 trucks roar behind the iRacing.com pace truck. And they have 2 pace laps before they get ready to go here at the Bristol Dirt track. Devin Smith, the pole sitter. And we'll take a look at the weather before we get going here. 72 degrees, the track temp. Now, it's dirt. The track is very slick. Track temp's not going to mean too much, especially as we're going to go into sunset here. Air temp 83 degrees, winds at 7 miles per hour. It may make these trucks a little bit harder to handle, but again, these conditions very, I'd say, pretty normal for a race night, especially for a dirt track at night.
Yeah, that's right. This dirt track is going to very, very much put up a fight for these drivers, especially with how slick it is. Track temp and the wind might not factor in too much. What the big factor is going to be is those guys around you. Dirt track is very unpredictable. The cars are going to slide around. There's going to be beating and banging on everyone tonight. Guys leaning on each other. That's just the nature of dirt track racing, and it is going to be a joy and very entertaining to watch.
Absolutely. Tonight's stages will be scored at the completion of lap 30 and lap 68. The iRacing.com safety truck pulls into the safety of pit lane. The field in the hands of Devin Smith, and we are green from Bristol Dirt. Relatively clean start for the Outlaws boys as they roar back into turn number 1. The top 3 single file on the bottom side. Devin Smith leads Kyle Lingerfeld and Joseph Kazi. They have a little bit of a breakaway to Joshua Fox in 4th.
Yeah, big gapping already. It's not even been a couple, 2 laps, and we already see a nice gap for me. Fox having his handful with his truck right now. He's trying to stay on the bottom and do what the guys in front of him are doing, but it's just not sticking as well as it is for the top 3. They're starting to pull away big time.
Yeah, top 3 are nose to tail and lined up, kind of pulling away. It's kind of the terminology you would use at a plate track, but just not the case tonight. Back here, Lauder Racing. Matthew Setzer working on Greg Holder, point leader. Little squirrely heading into turn 1. Matthew Setzer sends it on in there on the outside. Greg Holder trying to hold his station down low, side by side down the back straight for 4th.
Yeah, we heard Setzer and the rest of, Lingerfeld and all them. They were saying the bottom is going to be where they want to be tonight. But you got to make the passes where they are. Holt left the outside open. There's still a little bit of grip up there. And Setzer is using all of it right now. He's going to be clear of that 3 truck now as they come off of the turn 2. Ooh, Holt loose there in front, though, as he comes off of the turn. Ooh, that's going to be some dodging having to be done there by the 18 of McClune.
Fastest lap of the race set right now on the completion of lap number 5 by race leader Devin Smith. And look at a smoke cloud down the back straightaway.
Yeah, this is what we saw in real life too. Just dust and dirt everywhere. And iRacing has done a great job to bring that similar experience into the simulator here. You're definitely gonna have to deal with that. Also have to probably deal with some windshield, those tear off windshields. We're gonna have to get some of those. Hopefully those are on a quick button.
Oh, we got a wreck right in front of the leaders. Woo-wee.
Yeah, I believe that the caution flag is flown there, but that was kind of close for our leader Devin Smith there.
And caution is out on the speedway. The leaders were quickly approaching on it. We're gonna take a replay and see what exactly happened to driver of the number 63 Randall Barnett. Catch it a little late there, so we're gonna get another replay here to see exactly what happened. But Randall Barnett was racing, I believe it was not Matt Rogers. He was racing the 29 of Brandon Richardson. We'll catch him here side by side going into turn 3. Oh,
yeah, just sent it in way too hot, and the truck goes around on him.
Oh, and Clips Park as well.
Oh, and then there goes our leader right there. But yeah, just sent it in, trying to do what you would do on a normal Bristol track, when you try to send it on the bottom and slide up in front of the guy. And right now with the track being as slick as it is on dirt, that is just not the case. It's going to come around on you, especially when you try to put that throttle back on, sliding as much as he did. So, man, it's just unfortunate.
We're going to watch this one more time. From on board, Randall Barnett here. Playing to the inside of Richardson, sends it on in there in the 3, but just no grip and the very slick track. And Richardson went over to go. Park will clip him, and here comes the leaders right in the mirror. Oh, man.
Yeah, you could hear the throttle there. He got off of it getting in turn, then he tried to power it just a little bit more so he could clear and slide up, and then that's when the back end came around on him. In the middle of the turn, you don't really want to power it up like that. That'll just spin the rear tires and send it around.
So, first caution of the evening here at Bristol. And Devin Smith, the race leader. Kyle Lingerfeld second. Joseph Causey third. A wild start to say the least. A couple of drivers on pit lane. Kevin Thompson in the 89, some rear end damage there. Andrew Pratt in the 75 has made pit stop service. He's stopped for 7 seconds. I'd imagine maybe some damage repair and or maybe fuel just to not have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can. It is a little close to make it all the way. You can make it, but just maybe getting a little splash right now to top it off. Make sure that you definitely can make it. But I don't expect that we're going to see many of the leaders at all come down. One driver, I'm looking down the list right now. I don't see Andrew Pratt in the top 20.
Yeah, Andrew Pratt came down to pit lane this caution. That's what I was wondering. I don't know if he maybe stopped for damage or something, but a lot of ways to go here at Bristol Dirt, and at the back of the pack, we saw how dense the pack was. It's going to be hard to work through that pack.
It is, and like I said, it's going to be very, very hard to pass. I mean, you're going to have to go where the car isn't, and if you're trying to pass on the bottom, you can make it work, but, I mean, you have to have that light foot. You can't power it in there, otherwise you will spin. You will spin yourself, like we saw the 63 truck do. Probably the best passing option that we saw was Setzer on Greg Holt there, just using what Greg Holt gave him, went on the outside and was able to get the power down enough to get by him. I mean, it took him a couple of laps, but he was able to get it done and get it done cleanly. So that's probably the best option right now, is just kind of go where that car in front of you is not going and see if you can make it work. But again, it's going to be very, very hard with how slick the track is to get and complete a pass.
Absolutely. And so here we go. I believe the pace truck will stay out on the racing surface, even though we are all doubled up. I'd imagine this is just to get people lined up correctly and queued up before we get going here. But a few added caution laps here at Bristol. As the field roars by one more time, should be getting ready to get to racing here with Devin Smith electing the bottom side. So the race leader thinks that the bottom side is the way to go, but he's going to put our dirt track favorite to his outside. This will be a very interesting restart. Well, here we go. Halfway down the back straightaway. Causey, Setzer, Holt, McClune, Fox, Service, Elam, and Adams, the top 10. The iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety in the pit lane. Let's get back to it. Green once again from Bristol. Lap complete. Devin Smith still holds that top spot over Kyle Lingerfeld. Lingerfeld under attack from Joseph Causey, though.
Yeah, Causey's sticking it down to the inside. He was able to catch him, but Setzer is catching him. They're almost 3 wide coming off of the turn. That's going to be dangerous. Setzer backs off a little bit, but that kills his momentum down the straightaway. He's going to have to try it again. He goes up to the high line to try and get it done. Lingerfeld having a little bit of trouble up there, not able to clear Causey as of yet.
Whatever's going on here, Devin Smith is loving it, driving away upwards of a second clear of this battle for second. Lingerfeld trying to drive his way around Joseph Causey, trying to clear himself to the bottom so he doesn't have to send it on in there. Try to keep that 65 planted in the corner. He does so and keeps now Causey behind. Lingerfeld now clears the second, and now Holt putting up a fight for fourth.
Yeah, Setzer had his truck really sideways off of that last turn. And Holt the sideways off of this turn. That's going to let Setzer get away just a bit, but not too far. Again, Setzer, man, he is driving it in there, and it's sticking for him. But, man, he is getting everything out of that truck at the moment.
Devin Smith showing a lot of pace here early. Probably maybe one of the quiet favorites. Didn't have too hot of a showing at the All-Star race, but he is always kind of one to put in a lot of track time, really crank out the setups, and Devin Smith, with the right amount of hard work, could show up on any given week and compete with just like some of these guys. But maybe a dirt track was not the top of my list to see Devin Smith kind of turn out and show some speed, but he's quite literally have done that and has dominated since the drop of the green.
Yeah, and you can see just how composed that truck is in each and every turn. He gets it down to the bottom. The back end steps out just a bit, but he's able to keep the power under it, keep it pretty straight. It almost looks like he's running the normal inside line that you used to see all the time at Bristol, you know, back before the progressive banking and everything took over. But man, yeah, that truck is very composed right now.
And of course, you know, running up front will give it that help as well. And of course, they are not the biggest of issues when it comes to dirt racing, of course. But I think that added, you know, relief of there's not going to be a wreck directly ahead of you for you to try to avoid will add a little bit of composure to your, I guess, racecraft as well. Setzer goes fast as that time around as there's a slow vehicle on the bottom side of the racetrack. Randall Barnett giving way to the race leaders.
Yeah, and Setzer was able to clear Causey there. Causey falling off a little bit after his initial battle on the restart with Lingerfeld. Lingerfeld kind of got back to the bottom. Setzer still kind of staying up towards the top just a bit. He seemed to found something that he likes up there. I know they were talking about running the bottom, but hey, you go where the truck likes it, right? So he's making it work. Another guy who's trying to make the top work right here was that 81 machine. He's tried to battle, and we have two trucks running the bottom. Holt and the 98 of Fair and Elam. Elam has caught up to Holt, trying to make that pass and get himself into the top 5.
Elam, a little bit of a dirt racer here. He's got a little bit of a grab bag, Fair and Elam is. He can kind of show up most weeks as well. Just haven't been able to see him really get it in there. And Greg Holt sideways, trying to hold on to that 3 truck.
Yeah, and that's going to let Elam get around him really quick, but that's also going to put McClune right on his back bumper. Holt not out of the fire yet. He slides up the track really sideways off the turn. That's going to allow McClune to get to his inside as they head into the next turn. McClune's there. Is Holt going to be able to hold it? Man, that truck looks that back end looks so happy right now, and that's going to allow Max Service to even get into the action.
Service and puts himself into the mix here. Service trying to get to the inside of Holt, can't get down there. They will file it out in a single file line. Greg Holt drops down to 7th after being up in 5th position ahead of Elam and was contending for the top 4. And we're starting to get a little rowdy up front. Lingerfeld has caught up to race leader Devin Smith by virtue of lap traffic.
Yeah, well, it's Bristol. We knew lap traffic was going to come into play at some point. We get a long green flag run. That's going to happen. On dirt, it makes it a little more interesting. Everybody's kind of got to be right on the money there as we see an unfortunate cone on the track. But, man, it's going to get really interesting now that he's caught these trucks. I mean, they're running kind of different lines. Luckily, most of these guys are running up at the top, whereas our leaders on the bottom. So that should help a bit, but definitely not helping his time at all. Lingerfeld is almost on his back bumper.
Lingerfeld putting in that effort to try to close that gap. Setzer trying to follow suit as well as they go by the 89 of Kevin Thompson. Not exactly the performance I expected to see out of Kevin Thompson, but Lingerfeld is there, trying to find his way around race leader Devin Smith.
Yeah, great exit on the last turn. Smith starting to slide up now. That's going to leave room. Lingerfeld is under him. This is the battle for the lead. Lingerfeld to the bottom. Smith on top. Lingerfeld, oh, they're going to get close to touching there. But Lingerfeld has the traction off the turn for the most part. Smith, though, not going to say it too easily. Lingerfeld leads that time by, but Smith is still there.
I think that's the first lap of the race that Devin Smith has not led. And there's a smoking truck up ahead as Lingerfeld, the leader now, tries to clear his way up to it. Oh boy, this could get really dicey. Slow truck makes it to the pit lane.
I'm not sure who that was. It was a green truck, I believe. Oh, the 96. Oh, that's Matt Rogers. Another unfortunate night for him. Oh, man, just... it looks like he's maybe snapped the truck and it just snapped up into the wall probably. But, man, yeah, that was a little scary there for our leaders there. Devin Smith, though, not going away quietly, even though he's lost lead. Right there on the back of Lingerfeld, trying to put some pressure on, going to put it right on the back of him now.
Trying to examine that underside. He'll send it on in there to the inside. Goes Devin Smith all up on the apron, the bottom side of the racetrack. Devin Smith trying to get down in there. Matthew Setzer in the background. A cone has lost its life behind. We continue on to top 3 now under a blanket.
Yeah, and Setzer's trying all kind of thing. He wants to stay up there with these leaders. He's been working hard to catch them. now that they're battling, he's been able to do it. Gets a little sideways coming off that last turn, unfortunately, but that's going to open up some space. Oh, Smith gets sideways off that turn. That's going to open up a gap now. He's going to have to chase Lingerfelt back down.
Everybody will try to get planted there on the bottom side of the racetrack. And let's go now to find where Max Service is. And we know he's got a lot of action around him. That front end has already been used up, so he's been trying to move some people out of the way. Joshua Fox up the road. Eric Peck, Brad Boffo behind Eric Peck is a lap truck in this event. But to the inside, Max looks can't get down to the inside of Fox.
Yeah, Service has lost some positions. He was up to 7th for a while. Kind of been losing out since then. He's lost 2 positions to, it looks like Greg Holt was able to get back by him, and then Fox was able to get by him. But, yeah, I think it's just all due to that front end. Something happened. That front end of his truck got used up. Fox, though, looking pretty clean right now, looking pretty sporty on the inside. That truck looks kind of composed on the bottom. He has a little damage on the rear. Oh, Holt.
He's just going to blow right on by this 3 truck. I thought so. Holt will put up a little bit of a fight. He'll get down to the bottom side. Fox can't get to the inside, but Holt is out of control, trying to hold on to that 3 truck.
Yeah, I think that lap truck maybe got, Holt had some drama with the lap truck just off of our screen there while we were watching Fox, and then that slowed him way up and allowed Fox to get it there. But yeah, Setzer taking second. All 3 of these guys are still right there together, even though they're battling for lap traffic. Oh, Setzer is a little out of control there, but maintains it, and he's still there. I mean, they're all right there under the blanket, 1, 2, 3.
Lost in all of that was that the fact that there was a stage points awarded at the end of lap 30, and Devin Smith wins the stage at the completion of lap 30 over Kyle Lingerfelt, Matthew Setzer, Joseph Causey, Farron Elam Jr., Joshua McClune, Greg Holt, Max Servish, Joshua Fox, and Brad Boffo, the top 10 at the end of lap 30. We're now going to the end of lap 68 for stage number 2. And Matthew Setzer might want to try to get this stage win because he's there on Lingerfelt.
Yeah, Setzer said he was going to put up a fight to Lingerfelt tonight. He looks to be living up to that expectation. A little loose coming off the turn, but he seems to be a little bit faster right now than Lingerfelt. Oh my goodness, this is getting really interesting really quickly. All 3 of these guys putting up some monster times, and there's no pressure from behind. Joseph Causey has dropped off about 4 seconds from these top 3.
Oh, trying to send it on in there. Can't get to the inside of Lingerfelt. Stutzman goes a lap down. That means 12th place is 1 lap down. That leaves 11 trucks on the lead lap. And Setzer trying to slide right on by Stutzman. He'll do so. Well, now right on board with Matthew Setzer to see what he can do with Kyle Lingerfelt.
Yeah, we saw Setzer likes that high line, but these lap trucks are taking that high line away from him, so he's got to put it down a little bit more. He's able to keep up, and Lingerfelt gets a little squirrely off that turn. Setzer does too. Setzer, though, a little bit better exit. Now he's got the high line. He's going to try and put the power down, maybe see if he can make the pass here, but there's some lap trucks in front of him battling for position.
Setzer's going to set it up on the outside, trying to find any grip up there. He's going to get really sideways, but so does Lingerfelt. A dive to the inside. He uses the hill to his advantage, and to the race lead goes Matthew Setzer, the slider from the 5. Matthew Setzer leads here at Bristol, but Lingerfelt right back to the inside, to the line, still side by side. I think Lingerfelt led at the line, but here they go. Slow truck on the bottom side. Setzer gets the wall. Lingerfelt is sideways. Setzer looks like he's clear to the lead.
Good gracious, what some great driving by these guys. 2 completely different lines, 2 completely different exits, and they're able to keep it side by side, keep it off of each other, give plenty of room, and continue lapping cars while battling. Oh, the 32 truck a little squirrely in front of our leader, but they're able to keep it apart for now. But good gracious, what some great driving, some great entertainment here on Bristol Dirt Track. And I mean, it's not over yet. I mean, these guys are still there. Setzer's pretty quick, but Lingerfelt not going to let him get away too easily. Also, I mean, Devin Smith, he's coming back at Lingerfelt a bit.
Yeah, maybe Lingerfelt not liking the traffic aspect too much. It helped him get up there, but since he got to the lead, has not been able to capitalize as much as he'd like to. The track very, very difficult to drive right now. I mean, there is like no grip left in this track. These drivers are just trying to find any sort of rear grip with these tires, and I know they're fitted with dirt tires, but that'll only do so much when the track is rubbered up as much as it is.
Yeah, I mean, the turns are almost completely black right now. That shows that the asphalt of the track is starting to show through. And on dirt tires, that's not a whole lot of grip on these guys. They'd rather it be all dirt and no asphalt. But man, it's getting really, really squirrely out there. A lot of these guys finding trouble. Lingerfeld again, a little squirrely off the turns. You can just see that these guys, even the fast guys, are struggling a bit, trying to keep the truck under them. And the ones who are able to do it the best, Matthew Setzer, is showing that you can get it done. You can put in the lead. Ooh!
Here we go. This is for 7. Max a little sideways. Holt onto the flat of the racetrack. Both of these drivers giving it their all. The point leader hanging in there. The Canadian wants to put himself to the inside.
Yeah, Service fighting back now after finding some trouble getting that front end dinged up a little bit. He's got some runs, but Holt is putting his truck pretty much right where he needs to be able to keep this position. Service having to check up a bit off the turns. They isn't able to put it under him or get a good run to get where he needs that truck to be. He's going to send it, though. As we get into the turn, he sends it on the bottom. It's going to make it stick. I believe he does. He's going to clear to the 3 truck. Oh, nope. Oh, 3 truck. It's the wall. That's going to allow Service to get pretty clear. And he's probably going to bring Fox along with him.
Yeah, Holt sent it on in there, but Fox was able to get to the inside, and that inside just looks like it's the preferred line, the shortest way around the racetrack. And near contact between Holt and Fox. Holt will hold on to 8th there now over Joshua Fox. Max Service up to 7th. Trying to drive away from this battle, and sideways is Greg Holt trying to keep that 3 truck under him.
And he dings it off the wall again. I mean, it seems to be a recurring thing, but damage is not too bad at a short track. I mean, we've seen it. Damaged cars can win at short tracks, especially on dirt. I mean, pretty much everybody's going to have some type of damage tonight, I would assume. But, man, yeah, that 3 truck is a little handful right now for our points leader. Land Fox, though, trying to find a way by him. He was there for a minute, got pinched a little bit, had to get off. Ooh, he's going to look to the outside here as they come off the turn.
Nose to tail as they head down into turn 1. Greg Holt trying to keep that 3 truck in the middle of the racetrack. He'll slide up now, which is going to give Fox the inside. Very sideways. Fox will take the spot with ease, but look behind. There's that blue number 5 looking to put these drivers a lap down. Tyler Markle right in front of race leader Matthew Setzer.
Yeah, Markle's going to be battling for position 2. I wonder if he's going to let him go. He does. And then Setzer now going to work on our points leader. This is something that Greg Holt's not used to seeing. The leader of the race behind him to put a lap down. And, oh, man, we knew that Holt was not going to be the best. He's going to put up a fight here. He's not going to let Setzer get by without some type of fight for staying on the lead lap. Setzer's going to have to work for it a bit. We'll see what he does as they get in. And he's kind of moved to the bottom here. He gets a run. Oh, the 3 trucks sideways again as they come off the turn.
Oh, man, that's not what Matthew Setzer wants to see. He'll work by Greg Holt with ease, and I mean, this is the first time this season. Around goes Greg Holt right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's just a self-spin. It doesn't look like the caution's going to be brought out. He gets it going again. Luckily, he had quite a bit of cap there behind him, but oh, man, that's not what our points leader wanted to do, trying to keep it in the top 10, but now he's back in 11th spot. He's given up that 10th spot to Bothwell. Not going to be in the top 10 here for the stage clear. Oh, he's going to loop it again. Almost.
No, and he's going to put it down the pit lane. Make sure he doesn't speed. Oh, and a bad night gone worse for the point leader. This is not what we're used to seeing. Wow, Greg Holt's going to put it in the pit box here. And this is going to be a recovery drive for the point leader down in 15th, and drivers are going to be able to fly right on by.
Yeah, it's probably just getting too much to handle. Maybe need to make a setup change, just something on that truck to try and get it to handle somewhat better to make it to the end of this race. And we just see, I mean, it's getting way squirrely for every single one of these drivers right now. I mean, Setzer's kind of making it look pretty easy, but I mean, I guarantee you his hands in that truck are going every which way to keep that rear end from getting around on him. And he's having to navigate all of this traffic. It's a handful for everybody tonight.
And here's the thing, this is about as worse as it's gonna get. I don't see it getting much worse than what it already is. So if Matthew Setzer's got it figured out, Lingerfeld's got to figure something out quick if he's going to want to contend with Matthew Setzer. It looks like the stage victory is all too far gone. It's not looking like, is there any chance for Lingerfeld to get this race victory? And of course, there's a lot of racing to go. Still over half the race to even be considering that. But you got to think, like, Setzer's really shown his strength. And as I'm saying that, he's lost about half a second.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, Lingerfeld, he's going to try and search around, try and find something that works for his truck. Setzer's still quite sideways there through the turns, but he's got the speed in that truck, makes it work. Now he's got a big gaggle of trucks in front of him. How is it?
This is going to be
gonna
fun.
Clear this.
Oh, contact right in front of the race leader. Solms gets put in the wall, but Jeremy C. Poole puts it into the barrier as well for good measure. 1 lap to go in stage number 2. Matthew Setzer trying to hold on with less than a second of a race lead.
Yeah, that was squirrely for our race leader. Second place kind of opened up a bit for him. I mean, it's still kind of tough, but now we've got some battling in front of him. Guy on the outside, guy on the inside. That's Holt on the outside going, I believe, 3 or 4 laps down now, unfortunately. And then in front of him is the next car to put a lap down, Max Service. I'm not sure to see if Service is going to give it to him. Service put up a little of a fight. Oh, there was a guy on the outside. That was a little squirrely. 3 wide coming off the turn. Service moves up the track, gives it away to our leader, and he has won the stage.
Well, he won the stage last lap. Max Service just finished the stage right there, but he was in a battle for position with Joshua Land Fox and Josh McClune, and my goodness, this is very hectic. We'll get race control to confirm stage number 2 results in a little bit, but Josh McClune now puts it down the bottom side, and we will get those stage 2 results right away here, as this is race leader Matthew Setzer to the outside, not what he's used to be doing, to get around Josh McClune as Greg Holt sideways trying to fend off Lingerfeld. Here we go, though. Matthew Setzer wins the stage. Here comes Max Service to the inside. We'll get stage results in a second. This is too good to leave the race leader in dense lap traffic and trying to hang on for dear life as Lingerfeld has roared to life.
Yeah, this lap traffic's holding up Matthew Setzer quite a bit. McClune putting up a fight to stay on this lead lap. That has allowed Lingerfeld to catch back up. He's almost there. I mean, there is a lap truck of Max Service, but that's 7th place in front of him between our 2 leaders. And I think Service might get out of the way here. It looks like he might. We'll see. And McClune does finally get out of the way. That's going to open up a little bit of track. Ooh, the 3 wide now.
Oh, Greg Holt sideways behind. Lingerfeld trying to power his way on by. Setzer down to the bottom side. Lingerfeld hanging on, trying to get around Service, trying to get to the inside of McClune. Meanwhile, Matthew Setzer sees some daylight in his little gaggle of lap trucks. This is wild.
Yeah, I mean, this is the top 10. They're lapping inside the top 10. They've lapped all the way up to 5th place. The next truck to go a lap down would be Farron Elam Jr. in 5th place. So crazy driving by our 2 leaders. They've opened up a almost 6-second lead on 3rd place, Devin Smith. But good gracious, what some driving by Setzer and Lingerfeld. They are pulling away. It has come to a 2-horse race right now with only about 75 laps to go.
Yeah, we just started halfway here at Bristol Dirt, and only the top 5 are on the lead lap. If we stay green, I mean, the whooping these drivers are putting on the field is absolutely insane. Matthew Setzer now opens up his lead to a 2nd, and then some change. Lingerfeld trying to keep himself alive and slow on the back straight with Matthew Setzer. Is there a caution?
There's a caution.
Oh, no.
Man.
Well, we're going to go try to find what this caution was for via assumption.
I believe it involved Markle.
Oh, no. I think we might have caught it here. We will see what happens. I believe maybe Pratt and Markle Pratt makes contact there with the 55 of Jesse Adams. That rear end for the 75 was all sorts of destroyed. Sideways up the track, contact with Adams. And right in front of Tyler Markle, nowhere for Markle to go. Destroyed the engine for Tyler Markle, and Markle's day is done.
Markle having such a great run in the 42 truck inside the top 10. I mean, granted he's a lap down, but only the top 5 were on the lead lap there. Still having a great day, and then just nowhere to go. Nothing he could do. And like I said, when you get to these traffics, even more so than on asphalt, it's just really nowhere to go on dirt. The truck, it's really hard to control to begin with, so just nothing he could do.
And here it is once again. Pratt just trying to hold on to it, makes contact with Jesse Adams, and then just nowhere for Markle to go. Right into the side of the 75, and a destroyed truck for Tyler Markle is what he's left with.
Unfortunate for Tyler Markle. Unfortunate for Pratt. I mean, we were talking to him. He was really optimistic about tonight, and just not the race for him so far. It looks like we're going to have some takers on pit road. With the lap down cars, I don't think. Did our leader come down?
So Matthew Setzer came down to pit lane. Now Joseph Kazi and Farron Elam have made their way onto the pit lane, but Kyle Lingerfeld and Devin Smith will stay out.
It is starting to get a little bit darker on the track. The lights are on. Starting to get darker. Maybe Setzer going to make a little bit of an adjustment here for the end of the race. I mean, that truck looked pretty much on rails to me, so I'm not really sure what he's doing, but he's in the pit box for a very long time.
I'd have to imagine if this isn't a speeding penalty, he's getting some damage repaired. Setzer's falling a lap down.
Oh no, what has happened to our race leader? He's down away now.
The 40-second pit stop was it to get a clean truck, but at what cost? I mean, you're a lap down. I don't know about that. I know you're fast, but can you get a lap back on Kyle Lingerfeld?
I'm not sure that he can. I mean, that's very interesting what happened there. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe he did get a pit road speeding violation and just had to hold it, but maybe we can get confirmation from race control, maybe what happened, if there was a penalty or if it was just some damage.
Looks like we are still a little ways away from doing the lane choices here. Actually, Farron Elam has... Oh, yeah, we still have lights on the safety truck, so that has not commenced, and Farron Elam pulling up to the race lead. Did we have lane choices going right here? Farron Elam and Greg Holt are on the outside here. Devin Smith, Joseph Kazi, even though they were on the lead lap, they say, no, sir, we're going to stay on the inside.
Yeah, Elam is going to get to move up quite a bit here if that was indeed the lane choice. That will give, though, Max Service. He does get a lap back. So he's going to be back on the lead lap, but still only 5 cars because of the 5 truck, a long extended pit stop, and he goes a lap down. So still 5 trucks on the lead lap as we'll come back to green.
And Matthew Setzer now down in the 10th position. I want to give a shout out to all of our partners here at PitStop TV real quick as the lights will actually come back on the safety vehicle. Tucson Sound Art, your picture, your music. Make sure you use promo code PitStop TV at checkout at TucsonSoundArt.com. It'll be 10% off of your purchase of your wall-mounted sound art device today. Race pace setups, driver development, a setup shop and driver development community all in one. Make sure you check out their Discord link. Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine. You can check them out at permanentmakeupinmaine.com. Whiplash Media. You can check out our website, www.pitstoptv.com, and see how you can get your own camera packs and broadcast graphics and more from Whiplash Media. And, of course, BAM Racing Videos. Like them on Facebook. Give them a huge shout-out. Now, the field has doubled up and looks like the confusion has died down a little bit. Farron Elam is to the outside of race leader Kyle Lingerfeld in a wild turn of events. This is not what we expected for Kyle Lingerfeld to take the race lead in this race after the way it was going. But it's now Lingerfeld, Elam, Smith, Kazi, Service, the only 5 drivers on the lead lap. The pace truck is in the safety pit lane. Green flag is in the air. contact in the back. Max Service sends Matthew Setzer down into the pit lane.
Oh, it goes from bad to worse for our what was race leader. I believe the caution is coming out. Looks like everybody is slowing down. Yep. So caution is out, I believe.
Yep, caution out on the speedway. That's our third caution of the evening. We had one early, one at about halfway, and now I think we're getting into the cautions, breed cautions portion of this this race. We'll see here. I mean, we saw most of it happen there on the restart, but we'll get a replay here and see what happened to Max Service and Matthew Setzer. The Max Service way up high, yep.
Yeah, Service up high. It looks like, oh, yeah, he just, oh, man. Setzer just sent it in, and Service, I mean, I don't know what really happened there. It looks like Setzer sent it in, and they just kind of were going for the same real estate.
That's what it appeared to be. We're going to go ahead and try to get an onboard here with Matthew Setzer. See how it all unfolded for him on board with his 5 truck. Nowhere to go.
Oh, the 81 came down. So the 81 got loose and just slid down right in front of him. Nothing he could do.
Absolutely.
Man.
Just very,
from
very
bad to
difficult
worse. Yeah, bad to worse for the 5 truck tonight.
Yeah, I was questioning the move to pit, especially at a dirt track where tires aren't necessarily the utmost importance. But yeah, that is wild. Now, I would say let's get a word of our race leader. We got a word in with him earlier in the broadcast. Let's go ahead and take a chat with second place driver on the racetrack right now, Devin Smith, and pole sitter Devin Smith. Devin, how you doing?
How's it going?
It's going great for us. But for you, I mean, a phenomenal showing in qualifying, by the way. Congratulations on the Pratt Tyson Pole Award. But you've also been able to keep it, up with Lingerfeld and Setzer for the most part. I know in the long run they kind of drove away, but you've been able to keep it in the top 3. How's it going from your perspective?
It's going pretty good. The track is very, very slick right now, so it's hard to keep the handle on the truck. I'd say out of the top, well, what we got on lead lap? About 6 or so?
Yes, we have 6 on the lead lap.
I'd say I'm probably still top 2. I'm not 100% sure what Farron has behind me, but I guess we'll find out.
So he went and elected for that outside lane on the last restart. Now, we know there's not a lot of grip up there, but he was brave enough to go and try it. Is that enticing to you by any means after watching him take a look at that restart?
Nope, it's bottom.
We'd imagine. Are you getting the choice right here? Yeah, that's the choice. That's Farron Elam making his choice. And well, that's it. Everybody else elect the bottom side. But we're gonna let you go here as y'all get ready to restart here. But before we let you go, we'll give you the floor to shout out whoever you got to shout out. Thank you whoever you got to thank.
Well, thanking MCI for the paint. Always awesome. Reaper setups for the setup, fantastic. And yeah, just the whole DHR crew practicing, figuring out track setups. It's been a blast so far.
That is a beautiful livery, and I know exactly who put that together. And major props to them, because I know the work that they put in on iRacing liveries. Great work. And yeah, well, hopefully we're talking to you a little bit more later on in the broadcast. Best of luck to you, driver.
Thank you.
Again, driver of the number 95, Devin Smith there. Second car on the inside lane, starting third. Yeah, this has been a wild and wacky race, to say the least. Real quick, we'll take a look at the race info before we get going here. 3 cautions for 18 laps. Again, that first caution extended pretty long ways. So only 3 lead changes tonight. 3 cautions on a dirt track. That's pretty good. The iRacing.com safety vehicle will pull into the safety of pit lane, and we are green once again from Bristol. Truck in the wall. Kevin Thompson. Looks like everybody will stay clear of the 89 truck, and we'll keep going.
Yeah, it was also almost a cautions, breed cautions thing there, Emerson. Causey a little loose on the inside. He's going to give way to that third place position, allow Devin Smith to take it back. Elam, though, settled into second place now.
Maybe the outside lane was the move to get settled on the second. Around goes Joseph Causey. He makes contact with McClune. McClune back up the track. He'll hold on to it. That could have been very scary.
Oh, yeah, and that's going to hurt Joseph Causey quite a bit. Here's Setzer coming around the outside now. Setzer trying to get some laps, his lap back. He's still only one lap down. I mean, that truck's still very, very fast, but in order for him to have a shot here, he's going to have to get his lap back the hard way and then maybe hope for a caution to get back in this thing. Putting it in the wall there is not going to help too much, but Elam Jr. able to hang up here with our leader for quite a bit. Smith, though, he wants to get back to second place and try and put it back on to Wingerfeld. We'll see what they can do. I mean, good showing here from Farron Elam.
The driver out of Alabama putting that 98 truck up at the front. Again, Dirt Oval Racing, somewhat of a great equalizer. Kyle Lingerfeld again trying to look for his first win on the season. But Farron Elam still looking for his first win in his Outlaws Sim Series career. Right now sat in second, perched up right behind the odds-on favorite coming into today's race, Kyle Lingerfeld.
Yeah, and he's not really losing too much pace to him. If anything, he's catching him a bit. He tries the caution on the speedway.
Oh, no.
And caution.
Kevin Thompson around on the back straightaway as the leaders approach. We will get a replay and see what happened. Kevin Thompson goes around on the back straightaway, and this is going to involve our point leader, Greg Holt, as well. Kevin Thompson right up the road. Here he goes into 1 and 2. Sliding that 89 truck. He'll just go around right in front of Greg Holden into the barrier. Man, oh man, and Brandon Richardson nowhere to go, and a destroyed engine potentially for the 29 truck. Yes, that is going to end Brandon Richardson's day.
That's just nothing the 29 truck could do. Nothing Greg Holt could do. I mean, that very, very similar to Max Service and Matthew Setzer getting together on the last caution. Very similar incidents where the truck on the outside just kind of lost the rear end and just came right down in front of the guy on the inside there. Just nothing the 3 or the 29 could do.
Yeah, there really wasn't anything that they could have done. Unfortunately, that's going to end Brandon Richardson's competitive night, but I guess fortunate for the field that not many more drivers were involved, and fortunate for the leaders that it was able to get self-cleared pretty quickly here. But our fourth caution of the evening here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and in 100 laps, that's not terrible, especially because we had a long green flag run in that to put only 7 trucks on the lead lap. Matthew Setzer, if he could put himself in that free pass position, might be able to get himself back into this race.
Yeah, he just needed 2 more spots. He was almost up to that lucky dog spot there. Now he's only 1 truck back from him. He's got to get around Brad Bothwell. But, yeah, he's going to hope for some luck here. He had a little bit of bad luck here in the middle of this race. But, I mean, it could all change around for you really, really quick with the involvement of the lucky dog.
Well, into the final third of this race, we're going to step aside real quick, and we're going to take a break. First break of the evening for us. We got to catch our breath from the wild race that we've had here so far on the local red clay here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll be right back on the far side.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. SoundArt ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20, and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. And they just had their selections made. The drivers, of course, on the lead lap. Well, I guess everybody else had their selections made as well. Drivers were able to select their lane last time by the start-finish line. Race control extended to caution to make sure everybody gets lined up, and we are ready to go once again. Kyle Lingerfeld just elected the outside lane, put Farron Elam down on the inside. This is very intriguing to me. We've seen that the outside has not really had the grip to compete tonight, but we've also seen Farron Elam hold his own on the outside as well. This is very intriguing. It'll be interesting to see what happens on this restart as the field of trucks double wide once again. There is still 20 trucks running in this event. Kyle Lingerfeld the leader, Farron Elam second, Jeremiah Stutzman, Devin Smith, Max Service, Joseph Kossi, and Joshua Landfox, the 7 on the lead lap. The iRacing.com safety truck into safety of pit lane, and green once again from Bristol. Lingerfeld was able to control that restart and get clear of Farron Elam relatively easily. Way up the track is Stutzman riding that outside wall.
Yeah, Stutzman hit the wall a couple of times, but the truck's no worse for wear. Trying to hold on here. Here comes the battle for the lucky dog position. That's Setzer and Bothwell. Bothwell putting his own. Causey kind of caught up in it, but that's going to give it back to Setzer. Now he's just got to hold on. Maybe he can try and get it back the old-fashioned way. That truck is still very fast.
Battle for the lucky dog going on in the heart of the pack. Farron Elam, he's getting moved up the track by Devin Smith. Devin will take second.
Yeah, and then there comes Stutzman looking for third. He's trying and put it on the podium. He was a lap down at one point, was able to get one of those lucky dogs, and now he's back up here competing for a top 3. Causey trying to work his way back from being involved in an earlier wreck. And Max Service is still there as well.
And Causey now trying to work his way to the inside of the lap truck of Matthew Setzer. Matthew Setzer led the most laps thus far in this race. Then on the caution that came out just after halfway, mysteriously elected to pit and go a lap down. I'd imagine at that point he was probably serving a penalty of some sorts. Matthew Setzer now a lap down, now in the lucky dog position, hoping and praying for a yellow flag to fall his way as we continue to truck on in this race. Kyle Lingerfeld, the favorite coming into today's race, has a 0.4 of a second advantage over Devin Smith.
Yep, he is. I mean, Smith is staying right there on his back bumper, is not really letting him get away, but he's not really gaining too much. Just trying to, size him up. I think, he'd get a good turn that time. A little loose coming off for both trucks, but Van Smith just looks a little better right now. We'll see if he can get there and put his nose underneath of Kyle Lingerfeld.
And so it boggled me the last time this happened because Devin Smith, of course, started on the pole and had great speed early, and then Lingerfeld and Setzer just kind of drove away. But here we are again on another short run, and Devin Smith showing some pace, trying to get to the outside. They split a lapped vehicle.
That's Greg Coulter, points leader. Now they're going to be nose to tail. Oh, Lingerfeld a little loose coming off the turn. Smith
boy.
is as well.
There's a lap truck in the middle of the racetrack. Poole goes up the track. Smith trying to get on in there.
Yeah, you can hear him feathering the throttle now as we ride on board. He's going to try just maybe baby it around these turns, get the run off the turn, set up the pass. I mean, you can't really just drive it all out. You got to really baby, especially with how slick the track is right now. You can almost see it shining. You can see that shininess of the asphalt starting to come through the dirt. Oh, there's a lot of dirt up here in front of them as well.
Devin Smith trying to stay very disciplined to the bottom side of the racetrack and not put it on that flat that he almost did right there. They have since pulled away from third place Farron Elam by nearly 2 seconds. Lingerfeld trying to keep himself on the bottom side of the racetrack. Smith got up the track a little bit, and he's now sideways up into loose stuff. Lingerfeld now up the track, trying to see if he can hold on to that top spot.
Yeah, Lingerfeld searching for a little bit of a different line there on that time by a 3 and 4, kind of running in the middle, see if he can keep that run off the turn. But Smith still was right there with him, not letting him get away. These trucks are going to keep battling here for this lead. I mean, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. If you want to get that lead, now's the time to do it.
So as that battle continues on, check on the other battle out on track right now. This is Kazi up ahead of Joshua Fox, and slow trucks in front of Fox is going to impede his progress here.
Yeah, I think Kazi made contact with McClune there. McClune a little slow coming off the turn. Kazi got to his rear bumper. Maybe a little contact between those two. That has allowed Fox to catch back up to Kazi. It worked his way away from him just a bit, but sideways.
Oh, contact! Big contact there for the 66 of Fox, and here comes Stutzman. This is for position.
Stutzman's fallen back quite a bit since he started up in the front, was up almost battling for third place. Now he's fallen back to 7th. He is the last car on the lead lap at the moment. So just trying to keep it, you know, maybe get up here, get back to 6th.
Fox will slam the barrier. Trying to keep that 66 truck running and keep it in front of Stutzman. This is battle for the last car on the lead lap. Stutzman trying to give it his all.
As Stutzman moves up to the high line now, seeing if there's any grip anywhere in this track. I don't imagine there is. I mean, there's a little bit of a cushion there, but my goodness, it's just, you get so close to that wall and that back end sliding the way it is. Just don't know if he could keep it there without hitting the wall. But right now he's doing a pretty good job, but he is losing a little bit of touch. Maybe that's just not the fastest way around. As Fox stays on the bottom, he's starting to pull away just a bit.
Lingerfeld now starting to open up a little bit of an advantage over Devin Smith, and look at what's coming into the frame. That bright blue truck, that royal blue truck of Matthew Setzer, trying to get his lap back the hard way, the old school way here at Bristol Dirt. I don't think it's going to put him back into contention for this race without a magic yellow thing, but if he can get his own lap back the hard way, how impressive would that be?
That would be very impressive. I mean, he has the speed in that truck. That truck was the dominant truck of the night. I mean, him and Lingerfeld were battling pretty good for the lead, but Setzer was getting away quite a bit until he hit lap traffic. Now he's got to get this lap back, maybe hope for a caution to come out, and then he can have another shot at trying to win this thing. But it's a tall order to ask. I mean, we're getting down to almost 25 laps to go, so he's got to get it done quick here and then have that yellow come out pretty quickly after that so he can get back on this lead lap and try and get back and take this win.
You know, probably need 1 or 2 so he can get queued up with the lead lap vehicles as well. He'll send it back down to the inside as he's trying to get his lap back. If he can get on the lead lap and one can come out right after that, then he'd be okay. He'd be golden to line up with the leaders. But now they're going to put their way by, they're going to push their way by the 96 of Matt Rogers, who is 24 laps down, just trying to stick it out in this race. And continuing on, and you know what? I forgot to mention that there is one faster pair in this race. So Richardson and Tyler Markle were able to continue on with their nights. Richardson actually sitting on the pit lane. I don't think he was able to. With Tyler Markle, he went a couple laps down, but he got his faster pair and stays in the race in 12th.
Yeah, not a bad night overall since he did have that faster pair. I know he would have still liked to be in the top 10, but considering the hit that he took, lucky to have that faster pair and stay where he is in 12th spot. He's trying to get around Stutzman right now. Stutzman having trouble ever since he was up towards the top 3. Now he's just falling way off the pace, just falling further and further back. He's going to be kind of on the getting close to be going a lap down here to the leader if he's not too long.
You got a battle here going on for the third position. Theron Elam holds the final podium spot. Max Service, well, he wants to take it. Theron Elam keeping that 98 planted on the bottom side, but the Canadian wants to show that he can swing it a little sideways as well. Max again went nearly a lap down, did go a lap down earlier on in the race. The slew of yellows helped him get back onto the lead lap, and he's showing a little bit of pace now. He's learned the track a little bit, learned what he's got to do, and he's been able to keep that 81 consistent put it in fourth right now, trying to see if we can find any way to get up to Farron Elam.
Yeah, he's tracked them down and tracking people down here. I mean, you can do that, but I think actually, Emerson, I just heard over the radio the 95 was involved in a incident.
Oh no!
No caution, I don't think. It looks like everybody's back rolling, so we're staying green. But I just heard it come over the radio. I'm in the chat radio with the drivers, and I just heard that the 95 got in contact with a lap down car.
Oh, and that's what you hate to see. And unfortunately, it was almost like it to be expected, just because there's the mass amount of lapped vehicles on the racetrack. Devin Smith here off of turn number 4. Sliding, trying to hang on to it. Matthew Setzer trying to get down to the inside, and that's actually all kind of Smith. He lost control on the entry, clipped Jeremy C. Poole, and unfortunately he went around.
Yeah, the car was out of control coming off the turn. He just tried to hang on to it, get it down in the turn, and gather it in the turn, and just didn't work out for him. And Jeremy C. Poole just nothing he could do. He didn't know it was coming, and he just gets hit and spun around. So. I mean, yeah, that truck's a handful. You can see his hands are everywhere in that truck right now. Just on this turn. Ooh.
Again, Devin chasing Kyle Lingerfeld, that black track right up the road, and then just out of control on the entry, all over the black guys, the slick stuff, and he'll make contact with Jeremy Poole. And Devin will find himself back and forth, still in the lead lap, and still ahead of a few trucks on the lead lap as well, but he lost the podium now to Elam and Service. We'll see if he has anything to get that podium back.
Yeah, he's right there with Service, so he can try and get to that podium position. I mean, Service still trying to catch Farron Elam, so that's going to be a battle as well. I mean, Elam's kind of driven away just a bit, but I mean, Smith's right there behind Service.
Right on board, Max Service's Taylor Swift Chevrolet Silverado. Looking back at, oh, that is Greg Holt. Stopped on the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh no.
Yeah, he had to tow. I don't think that he was trying to wait for a clear spot to back up, but there just isn't any clear spot to back up and get off that wall. So he takes the tow. Really, really bad night for our points leader.
Right, with a huge point lead, as huge of a point lead as he had coming into today's race, he should be okay. But this is pretty much one of those mulligans. You can't have too many of them heading in. I mean, in the regular season, of course, he should be fine into the playoffs. But with 56 points, you know, you can only have so many bad races, and we don't expect Greg Holt to have many. But he was not very high on his dirt racing talent, and unfortunately, that did not change as he headed into Bristol Dirt tonight. 17th place. That might be the lowest we've seen Greg Holt place on while still running on a racetrack.
Yeah, I wouldn't be hard-pressed to say that might be the lowest we see him run all season, just with the momentum and the speed that truck has had this year. Devin Smith, though, after his incident, he has caught back up to Max. They've already, there's Stutzman going a lap down, but yeah, Max now has to keep in front of Smith. Smith's going to send it in on him just a little bit, but Service able to stay ahead this time. A little sideways coming off both of them. But, Smith, a little bit better exit. He's going to be right there on the bumper as they go into the next turn. He puts the bumper right up to him. No contact yet, but he's going to be underneath of him as they get off the turn. Oh, Smith's a little loose.
Max Service trying to hold on for a podium. 10 laps to go from Bristol. Max Service, Devin Smith. There ain't no grip left on that racetrack. They're fighting with what they kind of have anyway. Max Service trying to keep that truck planted on the bottom side of the racetrack. Devin Smith trying to move him up off that bottom. Loose off of turn 2. He'll go at it once again into 3.
Yeah, it looks like Max is letting his truck roll a lot more than some of these other guys are through the center of the turn, and that's kind of checking up the 95 just a bit. Looks like he wants to ride that. He's a little bit faster in the center of the turns, but he's having to check up so much to avoid contact with the 81. I'm not sure he's going to do that or be that nice much longer. He might try to put the bumper there as we get closer in this race, try to bring home a podium position. Service is going to just try and hang on, put his truck where he needs it to be. And right now he's doing a masterful job to keep that 95 behind him.
Absolutely, and it's not all out of the question. Farron Eliam is right up ahead of these guys. If he gets into it with a lap truck or makes a little bit of a mistake, this could be a 3-truck battle for second caution on the speedway.
And one driver who might be happy to see that, Matthew Setzer, he has just gotten his lap back. And he is on the lead lap. This is going to put him right back up there for a shootout towards the end of the race. I'm not sure he's going to have enough laps to get it done. Being that he's going to be a few positions back. I mean, unless, most of these guys choose the inside lane like they have been. Maybe he chooses the outside, moves up. But going to make this race really interesting now.
Not entirely sure what the yellow is out for, but a late race caution, and that is not what Kyle Lingerfeld wanted to see at all. An 8-second advantage at the front of the field. I mean, he was cooking.
Yeah, I was trying to see what the caution came out for. I'm not really seeing it. I was trying to listen to it too, but I don't have that radio turned up too loud, so I didn't really catch what trucks were involved. Maybe I don't really see anybody. But either way, I mean, caution out. It looks like the 5 truck did not get his lap back, so he will get it back as the lucky dog, but he's going to be starting at the tail end of the longest line, and that's going to hurt him a bit. But, I mean, it's cautions breed cautions. Another quick one here. Setzer's right back in it.
Absolutely, and we're now working on overtime territory, which, again, quick fire yellows. Everybody's going to be going for what they can in a short 2-lap sprint. I can't imagine we won't use up a couple more overtime attempts with just the way this field has been beating and banging off of one another. But Matthew Setzer back on the lead lap. This will be interesting to see how it all works out for him. And again, 3 laps to go in regulation, so we are going to go into overtime, which is a traditional green-white checkered here. Here in iRacing. And it's set up as a 2-lap shootout. The leader will come and take the green flag, and then they will try to run that initial lap of the restart in entirely green flag conditions. If they can make it to the white flag, the race is official. The race will not have another caution in the race. If the leader cannot take the white flag without being interrupted by a caution, then we will line them up and do that process again, over and over again, until we can get an entire green flag lap in after a restart. It'll be very interesting to see how that goes. Still no confirmation on what exactly the yellow was for, but I'm sure as much as we'd like to know, Kyle Lingerfeld may be wanting to know as well. I would not want to be the driver to 65 right now. That is such a difficult situation. Half the track ahead of second place, and the yellow falls.
Yeah, and it falls at the end of the race. Gives your main competitor his lap back. Granted, he's going to start really, really far back in the field, but hey, another quick caution is right back up there with you. So yeah, for the 65 truck, I mean, that one hurt right there. I mean, he had it pretty much wrapped up, but it makes it interesting for us and for the fans. I mean, we're going to get to see a quick shootout here. Devin Smith gets a second shot at it. Granted, he's going to be back in the 4th position, but as they line up right now, I believe he opted for the inside lane, so he's going to be in what would technically be 5th position, I believe. And Max Service in front of him. I mean, we saw Elam get off that top side pretty well. Let's see if he puts up a fight, maybe holds up. Maybe that opens the door for Service.
Oh. So, a race controller tonight threw a yellow flag because our race leader, Kyle Lingerfeld, made contact with driver of the number 55, and there was I'd apparently imagined an accident that ensued afterwards. But normally that's an EOL for the cause cars involved. Kyle Lingerfeld, I think, as the race leader, is protesting that, and I probably absolutely would. He's protesting that. It'll be reviewed post-race to see who was the cause of the caution. If he's found to be the cause, he will be disqualified from the running order. And another lap was added to the caution period as well, just to kind of add more fuel to the fire. So this is huge. we could call Kyle Lingerfeld to the win tonight, and he might not even be the winner.
Yeah, and that is huge. I'm surprised we didn't even catch that. I mean, we were focusing on all the battles going on in the field. Lingerfeld all by himself, but navigating that lap traffic. Good gracious, that is some late race drama.
And just to add on to that, we're into extra distance. Everybody's going to be going for everything. This is, what effectively drivers want to say is the end of the race. We're not too ready to say it's the end of the race just yet. And another lap has been added, I think. Is it being reviewed live? I can't imagine it'd be reviewed live. I don't know what the holdup necessarily is for. We will wait and see. I'd imagine there's something that race control doesn't like either with the lineup, or if the 65 should exactly be the race leader, if the caution should have been thrown. All that may be potentially being discussed right now between race controller and league owner. And wow. We continue on. Laps continue to tick down. Another lap has been added, so we're still not going green here, Devin. Oh man, the tension is rising.
It's just building. It's just building and building and building. And I mean, the drama with a potential EOL coming for Lingerfeld, the drama with, Setzer finally getting his lap back, but he has to start way back in the field. And then the drama with, these guys who probably thought they were completely out of it, now they're going to have a shot. I mean, they could potentially still a win here.
Oh man, 5 cautions and 30 laps. It's something. Are the lights back on the safety vehicle? I don't see the lights on the safety vehicle. I think we may be able to go racing this time now, and they will come back on. So there's some discussion going on. I'd imagine with race control. I thought this would be reviewed post-race. I guess it's being reviewed live, and whether race leader Kyle Lingerfeld is involved in the accident and involved in bringing out the yellow remains to be seen. We'd go back and take a replay, but we just don't exactly know when we'll get back to racing. If this still is in question, definitely we'll be able to take a replay of it post-race. But we continue on. It's Lingerfeld, the race leader, over Farron Elam Jr. Max Service is 3rd. Devin Smith is 4th. Joshua Lane Fox 5th. Joseph Causey 6th. Matthew Setzer 7th. And Jeremiah Stutzman, the first driver, 1 lap down in 8th. And you know what? This might also been for Stutzman, lined up ahead of a lead lap vehicle. And now the iRacing.com safety truck will pull into the safety of pit lane. We're racing once again at Bristol. Overtime at Bristol. Farron Elam, the race leader, over Joseph Causey and Kyle Lingerfeld. As we come around at turn number 4, Farron Elam Jr. will take the Tucson Sounder white flag.
Farron Elam out of nowhere. He's coming through 1 and 2 now, putting on a show, trying to steal one away from Kyle Lingerfeld, who led most of the race. Oh, Smith's in the wall behind him, but here's Farron Elam coming through 3 and 4.
Farron Elam Jr., for the first time in his Outlaws Sim Series career, will win on the dirt at Bristol. What a job. A late race restart. Kyle Lingerfeld has immediately left the session. Oh my goodness. The drama and a first time winner as a result of it. Unbelievable.
Some crazy late race drama. Farron Elam Jr., I mean, you were talking about, he was a half a lap behind Lingerfeld before that late race caution. He toes the outside line. The only driver pretty much that consistently chose the outside line, made it stick on that last restart and took it home. Oh my goodness gracious, what a finish. And here's some guys here to congratulate him. They all come and say congratulations on your first Outlaw Sim Series win.
Now, I don't know if he truly is the winner. There may be some, I don't know if he jumped the restart. We'll have to take another look at the restart as well. But Farron Elam will park it on the front straightaway. And Devin Smith pulls up. This may be all congratulatory, but just wild Wow, and now everybody will pull away and he will line him up. He's going to try to do a little donut here. They're at Bristol.
He gets the donuts in. We don't get the smoke cloud like we normally do on the asphalt, but some masterful donuts here on the dirt of Bristol. You can see the lines there. He's going to put it up to the wall, keep doing some donuts, burn the house down. Congratulations to Elam on his first Outlaws Sim Series government truck win.
Unbelievable race. We have oh boy, we're gonna have a lot to break down. We will get replays. We absolutely will. We will not leave you hanging there. But we're gonna do it on the far side of the break. We'll get replays of what brought out the caution. We'll get replays of the late race restart. All that and more on the far side of this break. It's oh man, it's gonna be a wild one. But don't go anywhere. Farron Elam Jr., a first-time race winner in the Outlaws Sim Series, and he comes from out of nowhere. We'll get post-race reactions, post-race replays, and all of that and more on the far side of this break.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Sound art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway, and we promised we'd get you to replay of what happened to Kyle Lingerfelt, the race leader. And what exactly did happen was he was involved in a late race accident with a lapped vehicle, and not only that, his teammate of all vehicles. And this is something. Well, we're gonna take a look at the replay, and we'll show you exactly how it all went down. We see here Kyle Lingerfelt going around. We caught a little late there, but basically trying to avoid the 55 of Jesse Adams, and we'll get a look at it here.
Hey, Emerson, you got me again?
Yeah, Devin, we're looking at the replay here and what happened to race leader Kyle Lingerfelt. This is going to turn right into the back of Jesse Adams.
Yeah, it looks like he came in hot. I mean, Adams maybe had some trouble and was stopped a little bit, and Lingerfelt just came in at his normal race speed and just nowhere to go. Yeah, that's interesting.
I want to try to see what happened to Jesse Adams here in the number 55 truck, because that's wild. It was teammates who got into it right here. Jesse Adams, the yellow truck in the middle of your screen, loose off of turn number 4. He'll loop it out of 4, and he'll hold on to it, but he'll slam the inside wall, slow and off the pace, right up in the racing line, right in front of his teammate and race leader Kyle Lingerfelt. Oh my goodness.
And then that would be why Lingerfelt's truck wasn't up to the pace that it was earlier.
Oh, that would...
And allowed Elam to get this win.
That would make tons of sense. This is looks like it's gonna take a minute for us to get the replay of the restart, but we'll go ahead and we'll get post-race reactions now from our podium finishers and of course drivers like Fair and Elam Jr. Actually, we got the restart queued up here, I believe. These lights still on the safety vehicle, but we can go ahead and we can see how this all takes shape here. Lingerfelt on the bottom side again. You see that front end destroyed, absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, so what we're gonna look for, sorry about that, but yeah, it's destroyed, but what we're gonna look for is that 65 truck to kind of do the initial takeoff, and then after that everybody else can fire, and if the 98 is a little bit faster getting into the turn, that's fine, but as soon as we see that front end of the 65 kind of pick up, you'll be looking for that. That's how he got back on the gas. That is when you can fire. So that's what we're going to be looking for here on this restart.
And we'll be able to see it right here that this is the pace truck pulling off into the pit lane, and Lingerfelt goes. Maybe also misses a shift as well, which doesn't help, but maybe the engine is just that destroyed that Lingerfelt was just not able to take off.
Yeah, it did look like he took off, and then it just didn't go anywhere. So I'm not really sure what happened. Definitely looks like a missed shift, possibly, and then that just allowed Elam to get up there.
That is... Oh, man, I mean, what do you even say? What do you even say? What do you even say to somebody like that? I mean, your teammate, man, like... Oh, man.
Yeah, it just slides back up in front of you. That's frustrating, to say the least. I mean, that's probably the least the least bad sounding word that I can use to kind of describe it, but definitely just all around frustrating for the 65 truck.
Well, we've held off on it long enough. It's time to get the raw emotions from our race winner, Farron Elam Jr. Buddy, how does that sound? Oh, no.
He just left. We lost him. Oh, no.
Trying to see, we got Farron now. We heard you there, buddy. How does it sound? Outlaws Sim Series Gunman Truck Race winner.
Man, I don't know. Emotion, I can't describe. Words can't describe the emotions right now. And obviously, I did not expect to win this race. I'm not a dirt racer by no means. No real history on it. I feel so bad for Kyle and the team. We had a good run going. I kind of would have been happy to run second, run 1, 2, 3. But man, first win. Oh man, I don't think I could see the entire time off of 4 there and come to celebrate. Man, it was just raw emotion to finally be able to come up over the slump. I've been having so many bad races here in the past few weeks. It makes it worth it, honestly. And we're doing playoff racing, thankfully.
That's insane. Again, we know how much you put in, work into the series. We saw it last season. A lot of the work, showed, especially towards the end of the season. You got some runs strung together in your favor, but it was not enough, of course, to make the playoff push. But now it had, you got to start this season with a fresh slate, already knowing a lot of these drivers, open setups to kind of tailor towards your driving style, and then now to win. I mean, how do you legitimately feel about your chances this season?
It's not real, right? About the chances of the season. Honestly, I feel good. We've had speed at pretty much most a mile and a half. We've struggled with tire wear, and obviously last week they just got caught up in that incident with 32, which was a racing incident. Obviously at the time, not looked at it like that by me, but we need to get better on short tracks. Honestly, I'm not that good of a short track racer, so if we can get better on that, and I can straight by on the road courses, I think we got a good shot at it. The 98's been fast all season. We just kind of haven't had the results to show for it, and we're up there in the points. We was up to like 6th in points for the longest, and then we fell down after we had like 3 or 4 DNFs. At least it felt like that. But I feel like we got a good chance. Got a good team behind us.
Right.
We'll see what we get.
I guess I did kind of tease another question there. I guess you were ready to answer, but with that, I mean, we've seen the amount of work you put in and the length of time it's been. It felt like it was a time coming as you saw you steadily improve. But to finally break through, to get that monkey off your back, to legitimize yourself as an Outlaw Sim Series winner at a track nonetheless covered in slick rubber. I mean, to you, what does that mean to you, and what do you feel your status now in the league is?
It's huge. It feels amazing to me to be able to go out here and prove to all these guys that I belong in the series. I know I've caused a few incidents last season with my lack of driving ability, but yeah, like you said, we put a lot of work in over the off season, and it's just unreal, man. I honestly don't think it's real still. Like I don't think it's set in fully yet. But as far as stats with the other drivers, I hope that just kind of shows them that we're here to run for wins every week. And I know we've had a string of a couple bad races going, but hopefully this puts 98 back on track, and everybody can kind of see us as a serious contender. I feel like not a lot of people see us, or me particularly, as a contender every week, or as a serious threat for the playoff. Now look at us now, we're in the playoffs. But so for all the people that said that, all the negativity that was kind of around me is kind of gone now. It's feel like a weight lifted off my back, man.
So I've asked a lot of big picture questions. I want to get a couple more specifically about the race. And tonight, I mean, it was a race of attrition. Not many drivers were able to keep their trucks on the lead lap. How difficult was it for you, especially on that long green flag run, to keep yourself in it, keep yourself motivated, and to see that, there's always a chance and never to let your guard down?
It was more of a mental thing for me, honestly. We got on that long green flag run, and I would run down the 88, and then I felt like I would just make a mistake, and my spotter would kind of get on to me and tell me to, kind of dial it back a little bit. And this race was crazy, man. I don't know if I've had a race that I've been in that was like this, obviously with the dirt, yeah, but I didn't expect to come in here and do this well, and I think the fact that we survived was amazing. That long green flag run, we had a lot of speed. I just feel like we needed a caution, and we ended up getting one. And I think we showed there that the second or third caution we had, I think we showed there on that restart that we could kind of hang with the 95 and 65. I didn't think we was fast enough to win on pure speed. So obviously unfortunate for him, and I'm pretty sure he's really upset. And it is what it is, man. It's racing. You never know what's going to happen. So it was a wild ride tonight, man.
Well, still a 1-2 for the team. One more question. I know this is a longer interview, but I think it's well deserved, Theron. The outside lane on restarts was really frowned upon today, but you were able to kind of make them work, hold your own, maybe lose one spot in a couple of them, but you were loyal to that outside lane when everybody else bailed on it. Why?
So in kind of a prelude to that, when we were in practice, I was a very high line driver the entire time of practice. Even when the track wore out, I preferred the high line. I felt safer up there. And that's kind of about, that's where I've always wanted to run on dirt. Even when I do run street stocks and stuff, it's kind of where I try to run. It's probably why I suck. But I tried to run the high line in practice and just couldn't get it going. And I figured if I kept trying, I could learn more and more for the end of the race. And shout out to my spotter, Easton. I know he has had to endure a storm of emotions from me the past few weeks, but he left it in my hands and told me that he would kind of support whatever I took. And we went up there and got it. I feel like everything we learned in the first couple of restarts on the outside, we kind of applied that there towards the end of the race. But if you're loyal to something, eventually it'll pay off. It didn't look like it there for the longest time. I thought when we lined up on that outside, me personally, I thought we was going to give it up, but he was confident, so I stuck with him, and here we are in victory lane.
Well, Theron, once again, a phenomenal showing tonight. The race of attrition and being in the right place at the right time absolutely paid off for you tonight. Only 3 laps led in a 157 lap. Absolutely wild show. Theron, who do you have to shout out? Who do you have to thank for the win tonight?
Man. It's a long list. Obviously, Easton, my spotter, and my good friend Jeremy, who unfortunately couldn't watch tonight. He's a dirt racer, does a lot of dirt racing, and he was obviously excited for this race for me. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it out. So hopefully you see this and enjoy it, buddy. Raging Cajun Raps obviously made he didn't make my paint scheme tonight, but he made the one I ran last week. And unfortunately, not to have him on the car, but big shout out to him to making all the paint schemes for the team. And, man, Adam for having me here, man. It wouldn't be possible without him letting me run. So here we are.
Absolutely. Well, once again, Theron, congratulations on winning that race. Best luck to you, driver,
Thank you.
On the rest of the season. Hopefully, we'll talk to you more this season. And go and celebrate, man. Well deserved.
I plan on it.
And Devin, I mean, what a wild range of emotions there for Theron Elam Jr. and the team. I completely slipped my mind that he is also teammates with Kyle Lingerfeld and Dark Horse Racing. Just a wild range of emotions. But another driver who placed on the podium was driver number 88, Joseph Causey, who had a hard-fought day. Devin, you're standing by with him.
Yep, we're here with Joseph Causey. Man, you finished to bring home the 3rd place. Kind of walk us through that last restart. You were able to get a nice jump, almost to still 2nd place away from Lingerfeld there. Just kind of walk us through that last restart.
Man, that was all luck. I was sucking bad here. I just tried to get, when I seen they started moving, I just took off, and I had went in and got gas and stuff, tried to put some more weight on the tires. I was tight there for that last run until we got that caution, and I tried to make it loosen it up a little bit so I wouldn't, so I wouldn't be as tight. But man, it was a tough race.
Yeah, you were back there in the back. Had some early race incidents, mid-race incident actually, I believe you were involved in. But I don't think anybody really came out of here clean. But at the end of that run there, you put the truck where you had to be. But kind of walk us through like what your thoughts were like in that in the middle of the race here. After being involved in an incident, was it just damage control or just get what you can get type of thinking?
I mean, I was just trying to be as smooth as possible and not wreck, basically, and try to keep the damage to a minimum. The more damage you accumulate on these things, the worse it's going to drive. So it was just mainly just trying to keep the truck clean the whole race and trying not to be a roadblock of moving chicane, but I was mainly a moving chicane the whole race.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you did stick in the top 5, top 10 most of the race, and bring home third. I mean, that's not a moving chicane.
Yeah. I felt like a moving chicane.
Well, I mean, I know you have high expectations for yourself, along with your team. I mean, the points leader on your team, Greg Holt, has a rough night. You're able to, chip away at his lead a little bit here with this third place finish. Kind of talk us kind of explain to us what your thoughts are going forward the rest of the season, what you're looking forward to. I mean, we got a short track coming up next week. I know you really like them. You won the last one at Phoenix. What are you looking forward to coming up here?
Martinsville's coming up. Should be decent there. I'm looking forward to that road course coming up. After Martinsville, so got my eyeball on that one. So we'll see. We got a couple good tracks coming up that are going to be good to us.
It's good to hear. And before we let you go, again, congratulations on the third place finish. But we'll let you thank whoever you got to thank and shout out whoever you got to shout out. The floor is yours.
Thank our team, Performance Sim Sport. Thank y'all for putting on the broadcast, and thank freaking Adam for putting on the show for us. And it was awesome.
Thank you very much, Joseph Causey. We'll let you get back down with your team, celebrate the podium. Congratulations. We'll see you next week at Martinsville.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.
And again, that was third place finisher, driver of the number 88, Joseph Causey, after a wild night. We won't leave you hanging. We will get our third interview. It won't be with our second place finisher, Kyle Lingerfeld. He's declined an interview tonight, but we will get an interview with our fourth place finisher tonight, driver of the number 81, Max Service. And Max, a hard-fought night, a lap down at one point, fighting for a podium there in the middle part of that race, and you'll come home with a fourth place finish. You're telling me you weren't your expectations weren't high coming into Bristol tonight, but how does the 4 feel?
It's fine. I mean, it could be worse. It could be better, but I mean, I'm pretty stoked to go and finish 4th. I mean, survival was the point of tonight, but this should be a good points day to put us a little closer to getting into the playoffs when I inevitably don't win a race. But I'm so happy to go out and finish 4th.
Absolutely. I'd imagine anyone would be with the way this race was ran tonight if you weren't Lingerfeld or Setzer, honestly. But talk about that race of attrition. It ended up going a lap down. What ended up happening? What ended up changing after that? Because we saw you kind of pick up the pace after that happened.
As soon as I went a lap down, well, I did this before I went a lap down, like 10 laps before. I moved off the outside lane because it just wasn't working. And I went to the bottom because everybody was down there. And as soon as I went a lap down, getting behind the 2 leaders at that point, I think it was Lingerfeld and Devin, and getting behind them on the bottom lane really helped, and that got me past McLoone and into the lucky dog position, and then we got a caution, and then we got back on the lead lap, and we didn't go a lap down from there.
Right on. And Max, now again, stringing together these good runs. You got the paperclip coming up, and then a roadie. How you feeling about the stretch of the season? Surviving Bristol for 4th place finish, I think is more than I think is an understatement. But then you look at the stretch of races. This is a good set of tracks for you. Do you think you can make something happen with this run to the playoffs?
Martinsville all depends on how I can get us set up to drive there. If I can make it like okay enough for me to be able to drive, we should run really good. But that involves me making a good setup, which doesn't happen very often. Watkins Glen, I'm not a road course racer. I'm not good at road courses, you know this. And I would say I'm as good of a road course racer as I am a dirt racer, but I don't think that holds up very well tonight. But we're going to find out what happens when we come to Watkins Glen.
I guess we will find out. Well, Max, once again, congratulations on, I guess, surviving the lead lap finish and the 4th place finish for you tonight. Give you the floor now to shout out whoever you got to shout out. Thank whoever you got to thank for, I guess, the improvement on the running tonight throughout the race.
I got to start off and say congratulations to Farron for winning this race. Good for him. I was happy for him. Sucks for Lingerfeld how that one went at the end, but things happen, I guess. And I got to shout out Burnt Rubber Racing, who was all there tonight. Every single one of them was in the field, excluding me, of course. But that's all I got.
Wow. Is that a little bit of shade at Seth Berger there? Or?
He's busy. he's a busy guy, I guess you could say. But he brings in the sponsors, he brings in Liftworks, he brings in Flood Brothers. We put them on the trucks. That's about how the agreement goes. Yeah, but he's missing tonight, so they're getting less attention. I guess I had to pull through.
Well, we'll leave you to it, Max. Once again, congratulations on surviving tonight, the 4th place finish. Best luck to you the rest of the season, man.
Thank you.
Again, driver of the number 81 Max Service, our 4th place finisher tonight. And Devin, this race really went through a roller coaster of emotions. We got that early caution. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is going to be, a wild dirt race. And then we got a long green flag run. I mean, everybody but the top 5 went a lap down in that green flag run. And, we thought the race was going to kind of continue on that trend. Then the halfway caution kind of slewed some yellows together. And then we didn't know what was happening. But Devin, what's your take on the evening, man?
It is definitely the crazy race that I was expecting at the beginning. I mentioned that it's going to be just an absolutely crazy race. This is the one big wild card of the season, and it definitely lived up to that expectation. We get a first-time winner in Farron Elam after 2 drivers, Matthew Setzer and Kyle Lingerfeld, both who dominated this race completely. And then Setzer runs into trouble on pit road, and then Lingerfeld, gets trouble with a lap car coming up in front of him, and then they make contact. That spins him around, makes his car damaged, and just hands the win to Elam. But we saw this in the All-Star race. I mean, the leaders running into trouble, and Matthew Setzer was the low-key one at that point. He kind of stole the win away on that one. But this week it's Elam, and I mean, it lived up to it. It was so crazy, so much action from the front of the field to the back of the field. I mean, just action all over this track.
Again, there was a lot, a roller coaster of emotions throughout the race, a roller coaster of emotions after the checkers, tempers, confusion, and excitement. Just to generalize the emotions that went on after the checkers. Kyle Lingerfeld, again, another Outlaws Sim Series dirt race, leading, and at the end, things not going his way. I don't know what else to say. I guess let's just see how everything came down to the checkers in what was left of this field. I mean, let's just go through them. Farron Elam with the win led 3 laps today. You look at Kyle Lingerfeld, who led a lot of laps today. I can't confirm if it was the most laps, but he led a large amount of laps today. Joseph Kazi will secure 3rd place finish to kind of close down that points gap that Greg Holt has over him. Max Service, the Canadian, will squeak out a 4th place finish tonight. Joshua Land Fox, able to keep it on the lead lap, a huge achievement, honestly, because this field struggled with that. So huge shout out to Joshua Fox, again at home on the lead lap and in 5th. Devin Smith, the pole sitter, led a lot of laps early, was able to contend a little bit with Lingerfeld and Setzer, ultimately comes home 7th. Matthew Setzer gets his lucky dog really late in the race, not able to capitalize on it. He'll come home in the 7th position. Joshua McClune, the first truck, 1 lap down in 8th. Jeremiah Stutzman will come home in 9th, and Brad Bothwell will round out the top 10.
Yeah, then we move to 11th. We have James Gilliard, 2 laps down, and then Tyler Markle, who ran into trouble, blew the engine. Luckily, they had fast repairs tonight, so he was able to get that fast repair done, but it still cost him a couple laps. He ends up 3 laps down. Jesse Adams, 3 laps down. Kevin Thompson, he ends up 6 laps down. Doug Solms, another 15th, top 15th place finish for him. He's kind of stringing these together now. He brings it home, but 7 laps down. Jeremy C. Poole is 8 laps down. Greg Holt, our points leader, probably the roughest night you're going to see him have this entire season with just the speed that truck has. He comes home 26 laps down in 17th. Matt Rogers, 45 laps down. These are the guys who started to park it here. Matt Rogers in 18th. Brandon Richardson, 63 laps down in 19th. Andrew Pratt, who had high hopes for this race, runs into trouble really, really early. He brings it home in 20th.
And then the rest of the finishers who did not see the checkered flag tonight: Eric Peck, 21st, 111 laps down. Daniel Park, 22nd, 119 laps down. Randall Barnett, 23rd, 156 laps down. Cody Vreeland and Seth Fitzpatrick did not take the green flag tonight. That's 2 rough finishes in a row for Seth Fitzpatrick. We'll see what that does to him in the point standings. It'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out. Tonight was a wild night here at Bristol. A hard-fought night for us at PitStop TV. Again, another Wednesday doubleheader. Huge shout-out to Andrew Cardinale, the 4th, Eric Brennan, Trey Shuttlesworth for holding down the fort at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway as it lives on in its past form here on iRacing, hosting the Cars Esports Tour, second round of 6 tonight. A huge day for us at PitStop TV to be able to pull out these doubleheaders. It's now becoming a little bit of the norm, but it's been a lot of fun. And again, a huge shout-out to the whole crew here at PitStop TV. But we're not done. I know we had the doubleheader tonight, but we got to get right back to work tomorrow night with the North American Racing League, and they have round number 5 at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park tomorrow night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. You won't want to miss it. Tuesday night, the Nork iRacing Series in their 13th season heads to the Texas Motor Speedway for round number 2 of 7 in their playoff hunt, in their championship chase. Daniel Falkenham got it done this past Tuesday at Indianapolis. Will he be able to take win number 8 this upcoming Tuesday night at Texas Motor Speedway? You have to tune in at 6:40 p.m. Eastern to find out. And next Wednesday night, I don't think is a doubleheader. I think we're going to get Outlaws as standalone next Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We take these boys to the paperclip. It's been a clean season so far. We get, to the really rough paperclip at the short track at Martinsville. Should be a blast. We'll see how these boys fare there. And yeah, Devin, what are you looking forward to out of this slate of broadcasts?
Yeah, all 3 tracks are going to be very fun to watch. Newark with Daniel Falkingham kind of leading the way in that series, getting off to a great start in the playoffs. The North American Racing League taking on Canadian Tire Park. Great track, very, very fun to drive. A lot of elevation changes, very tight turns in those elevation changes. That'll be fun to watch. And then, of course, the paperclip on Wednesday here with the Outlaws Sim Series coming trucks. That's going to be just, we're getting a short track of Bristol. It was Bristol Dirt, but then we're going to take it to Martinsville, double back-to-back. The tempers were running a little high tonight. They're going to run even higher next week at Martinsville. It's going to be very fun to watch. Please tune in to all 3. And, again, shout us out on the social media.
Yeah, of course. You got to check out our social media platforms tonight, where Vincent Cortez was hard at work keeping up with the action here. The Outlaw Sim Series provided at the Bristol Motor Speedway, covered in local red clay. Facebook.com/PitStop TV is where you'll find our Facebook page. Instagram at Pit_Stop_TV, or the link right there on your screen. Twitter at PitStop TV_, the link right there. We have a Twitch channel, of course, Twitch.tv/Pit_Stop_TV, and our YouTube channel there, of course, YouTube.com/C/Pitstop TV1. But of course, these broadcasts would not be able to go on without the amazing support of our partners here at PitStop TV, like Tucson Sound Art, Your Picture, Your Music. Use promo code PitStop TV at checkout for 10% off of your wall-mounted sound art device today. Our broadcast is also presented by Race Pace Setups. There's a Discord link there at the bottom of your screen, but pick up pace with Race Pace, a community-driven setup shop and driver development program all in one. Of course, a lot of road course setups there, sports car setups there, for the experimenting and learning, and a great community there to help you out as well. If you have any questions, go check out their Discord link there on the bottom of your screen. A huge shout out to Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine. Of course, you deserve the best care that money can buy, and there's their website, permanentmakeupinmaine.com. Whiplash Media, the official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV. Our website there, www.pitstoptv.com/Whiplash. And of course, got a huge shout out to BAM Racing Videos, by a race fan for the racing community. Go ahead and like them on Facebook, give them all the support. Huge support from all these partners to us here at PitStop TV. And Devin, once again, final thoughts leaving Bristol. Was this what you expected? Was this more than what you expected, less than what you expected? And then heading into the paperclip.
Yeah, it's exactly what I expected, Emerson. I expected a crazy, chaotic race with possibly a surprise winner. I knew that the Lingerfelds and the Setzers were going to be tough to beat, but I expected, based off of the All-Star race last season for the Outlaws Sim Series, I expected somewhat similar, and it's kind of what we got. And then we get a first-time winner in Farron. So big congratulations to him. Looking forward to taking that momentum onto the paperclip. It's going to be a very, very interesting rest of the way in the regular season.
Absolutely. Well, our night of action has come to an end. We've wrapped it all up. Got a couple of replays. We talked to a first-time race winner in the Outlaws Sim Series, and Kazi in service as well for stringing together some great runs. But that's going to do it from the Bristol Motor Speedway. And again, in its beautiful, beautiful dirt version here on the iRacing.com Motorsports Simulator. Happy to have had you all here and tuning in to tonight's broadcast and joining us for tonight's action. And for all of us at PitStop TV, Devin Zimmerman alongside me on the call, Vincent Cortez rocking it on social media. Again, Andrew Cardinale IV, who does all of the amazing work to set us up to succeed here at PitStop TV. And then a shout out to, of course, himself, AC4. Eric Brennan and Trey Shuttlesworth for doing all the work they did tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway for Cars Tour round number 2. And if you want to join our crew and help us kind of pull off these double headers a little bit easier, go ahead and send an email to andrew@pitstoptv.com. But I am Emerson Arden. I want to wish you all a great night. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay cool. Thank you all for tuning in. And we will see y'all next time.